Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so. You ready?
Now we're allowed to go. Yay.
All right. Okay, we're live. Let's do this. We're live.
Okay.
And go.
Go. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to do this Wayne's World check. Syphilis. Check one. Check one. I love doing the Wayne's World the mic checks. Syphilis. Check one. Check one. Wayne's World. Did you ever watch that Wayne's World? Come on. You know what I'm talking about.
I have.
You're all sitting there with that blank look like,
My,
I've never watched Wayne's World in my life. I don't know what you're
It just
talking
kind of dates us when we talk about it. So if
Dude,
anybody has
so
any curiosity about how old we are, we just date it ourselves.
I was talking to somebody the other day in their early 20s. And we were talking about music, and I was like, yeah, I'm down with, like Bad Bunny, all that good stuff. I feel like I'm pretty up to speed. And this person was like, do you know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are? I'm like, she was like, dude, you just said my domain. I was like, let's go back. Under the Bridge? Under the Bridge? Like, I've never heard of Under the Bridge. Like, you don't know the Red Hot Chili Peppers then. Like, if you don't know Under the Bridge, you don't know the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I thought you were going to say something else about, like, do you know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are? Like, that's the kind of music my mom likes to listen to.
Oh my gosh. So, no, like, this person, I was talking with this person in, like, the early 20s. I was like, so we were going down that path, like, Sublime. I mean, because you can't go Red Hot Chili Peppers without going, like, Sublime, Guns N' Roses.
Oh, totally.
Like, so I was going down this lane, and they were just like, oh, that's awesome. And I can't remember what song that they heard from Red Hot Chili Peppers, but once they start playing the song, it all starts coming back. You know what I mean? It's like where you were, what you're doing when all that came out. I was like, and then listening to it again as an adult, and I was like, oh, this is deep. This is deep. You know what I mean?
It's funny the way music works like that.
Yeah, like I remember like listening to like Red Hot Chili Peppers as a kid. And like, what, chicks like it? Like you're like a little kid. You're like, yeah, chicks are down. Okay, cool. And now it's like you start listening to the words of like
the music.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that hits home.
It means different things now.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
Let's talk about what
let's do
we're
our
doing
drinks.
today. Yes.
So I'm going to go with tequila. I've been doing tequila for a while. Okay. Cantera Negra. I don't look good. So I learned the difference between your tequila reposado and then the other one, which was añejo beans.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
They're aged like in periods of 2 to 3 years. So this one is like 2 to 3 years older, and then añejo is 2 to 3 older than this one. So it's the same tequila, it's just aged more.
I just want to know which one makes you drunk or drunker.
All of them, I'm thinking.
All of them. Make sure you get close enough to the mic, all right?
All of them make you super drunk.
Which one's the most effective? And we'll call that the best.
Pulling the pants down.
You said something the other day that was hilarious.
What
you
was
said
that?
something about getting creepy with tequila.
Tequila creepy?
Yeah, tequila creepy.
Tequila creepy. You have the guy at the bar getting all tequila creepy.
Hey
ladies. He gives them that little
liquid courage.
The liquid courage, and he starts getting tequila creepy on the girls.
Because he starts to linger.
Oh yeah.
Hey ladies.
He's like, let me get you a drink, baby.
This is not a security feature. I never know what they put on these things. It's like, what is this? Is this a security feature? Is it supposed to... Like the last bottle, that had that big old thing that turned out to be the spout. And I was like, is that the security thing? That I just walked out without...
Should put like a little timer and see how long it takes them.
I was going to say the podcast is going to be over.
I
know I'm going to say, let's watch
hitting
Mark.
it on the table.
Let's watch Mark open a drink.
Like trying to make
Can
fire.
we talk about yours?
Yeah, I'm going to pour... We're good yours tonight. Converse amongst yourself.
Okay. So I wanted to do a French martini, but I'm not gonna lie.
Smells like tequila.
Really? You're kidding me? Tequila smells like tequila?
Don't spill that.
Ooh.
I swear to God, if you spill that, if you drop that, I would straight punch you in the
Is it like a churro? They can pass it?
I know, right? No, we're not taking puff pass.
Oh my gosh.
It smells good, huh? So I wanted to do a take on a French martini, but let's be honest, when I tried it last week and it took Chambord, vodka, and pineapple juice, the mixture wasn't very good.
So you tried it at home before you got here?
Oh, last week I did.
I thought you experimented here, like, I'm going to make it here.
No. I'll still do it, though. But I wasn't happy with it, so I thought I'd change the juice, but then it ended up tasting like cough syrup. It was a
Really?
cranberry cherry that I originally poured for us. Don't do that. It tastes like cough syrup. Unless you like cough syrup.
Unless you
that's
like
It
great.
was
the
a little
grape. What was the
cough
purple one that they used to do? The kids, all the kids. It was the
Robitussin.
rape.
Was
The-
codeine?
with codeine.
NyQuil.
No.
Robitussin. Is
No,
it
that
Tussin?
drink, Little Wayne sang. What's it? Got my drink in my cup. The one, the purple juice.
Sipping
Mad
on
Dog?
some syrup.
Yeah, Simmons. No, what? No.
Wasn't
No,
there,
see, I think he's older than us.
isn't there,
So parents were giving children Mad Dog for their coughs.
this is like a leather band around the neck here. Kind of like this. Kind of like, you know, when kids wear like leather bands on there. It's like there's one on the bottle. It's
Would
like
you
a cool
like
bottle.
Would you like a shot of vodka as you try to open that up, because this is ridiculous.
I've already got it. I've already got
Okay.
it. No, I'll just finish taking off the plastic because that was kind of bothering me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you feel pretty confident about your cough syrup you made?
Actually, I'm not sure. So we ditched the cough syrup. We went straight cranberry. So now it's like a Cape Cod with Chambord. I mean, I don't
That's
know.
okay. This is
This
interesting.
is the first time,
I've never.
though.
This
It's
is
a
like,
pretty bottle. I like
a
it.
Yeah, it's like
Pretty.
It's like, oh hey.
Now the challenge is to
feminine.
find the best drink to make with that. So
Okay, there
that's
you go.
gonna be the challenge. So,
So
this
something
is
to make good because what
this is
is it pretty
experiment
thick?
1 or 2.
Okay.
I feel like you should hold the bottle and be like,
It's pretty. Look at
Well,
the cap
that's
too.
that's
It's
what we
really
do
pretty.
because we have no sponsors.
I was gonna say, there
zero
you go.
budget,
There
zero
you
budget.
go.
So Chambord, if you're
There you
looking
go.
for
And we
a
spend a lot
sponsor.
of money on booze, to be honest
I
with
know.
you.
We actually spend a lot of money on booze.
I still have a lot of it at home.
It's like the whole budget goes to booze.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, well, I couldn't decide whether I was going to do tequila or scotch at the time, but I went ahead with the tequila now, so I'll save the scotch till later.
I do have one thing though. I
What?
did buy this nifty little holiday set. It's kind of like a take on the
Silly
Yeti.
you.
I know, but it's
Oh,
like insulated, has a
it's all girly.
cap.
It's all girly.
It has 2 little short glasses, and it has this awesome
it's
shaker.
cute. I love the
Dude,
shaker.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You're such girls.
I love
telling
it.
you those
I'm like,
girls.
oh, perfect.
Isn't it cute? Did it at Sam's Club.
Oh my god.
Another
if we
shameless
all-
plug.
And if we all drink for the same classes, our cycles will coincide.
Yes, Menses.
Hey, you never know. You never know. It just takes a little bit of bonding.
I think
Oh
Mark's
my
the
God.
dominant female here, though. He'll make
The
us.
alpha female. Well, cheers. Here's to a good show.
All
Let's make it a
right,
good
cheers,
one.
salud.
Cheers, friend.
Cheers.
Cheers. Deb, thanks for coming on. You're like
Thank
our
you.
first guest.
Yeah,
We've had
thank you.
scheduling conflicts, but we appreciate you coming on and visiting with us, dude. So, you know, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to determine if I like this better than the Corzo or if I like the Corzo better than this.
Well, this tastes like cough syrup, so if you like cough syrup, cheers.
We like cough syrup.
cough syrup.
It's like, my phlegm's loose. My phlegm's loosened up.
I'm feeling better.
Deb, you're a nurse.
I know.
How long have you been a nurse now?
Too long.
No, like
I'm ready to be
girls.
pizza delivery girl.
I know, right?
14 years.
14
Wow.
years, dude.
This month. I'm old.
14 years this month.
Yes.
Wow. You seen a little bit of everything doing nursing?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of vaginas since we segued there.
Wow. Whoa, you went for it. You went
Yeah,
straight in.
I just went
You
diving
just
deep.
dove straight in.
We're comfortable. I'm comfortable. Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable talking about
I am too.
Vaginas.
I usually
Plenty.
try to ease my way into
Shark
these
Week.
things, you know?
There we go. Here, to cheers
You know.
to Shark Week.
Shark Week. That's what these drinks are good for.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Oh, you know, so I have security cameras everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And there's one here, and it's detecting crying from outside. Or crying, so it's picking up our audio that there's somebody in here. Kind of cool.
So don't go back and review the one by the wine rack because I was playing with it and going back and forth, back and forth. I was all, well, look at me. No, don't look at me.
Okay, just disengage that. So, dude, 14 years,
That's awesome. That
we
is
lost
really
touch
cool.
there for a while there. So you went to school, and you know, there's like a phase where we lost touch there. That's when you went to school and you did all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Did you go to school right after high school?
No, I got pregnant.
Oh,
I
you
decided to
had
have a
babies.
kid. My babies.
Oh, you figured, you know what? Life's too easy.
Yep, I thought, you know what? Let's make it a baby and then try. You know,
I know, right?
Yeah.
Let's get 2 or 3 kids in the picture. No vehicle too.
I'm like, let's see how hard this could be. Yes. No, because I wanted to tell the kids, you know, if your mom can do it, and then you can do it. And they're like, yeah, but you had kids. I'm like, exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yes.
I had
Like,
kids.
you pansies are going to school without kids, and if I could do it, you sure and hell better do it.
Yes, but I think that the kids nowadays are just more like, they're like, oh, it's so hard.
It's definitely different. Definitely different than when we were children.
Yes.
I think there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
You know. They're smarter in some areas. You know.
Yes.
I think you see a lot more inexperience, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're talking certain things, like certain, I'm like, man, how old are you? He's like 22. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, what were you talking about?
Brain fall out. Wow. What's the craziest thing you've seen as a nurse?
Probably after you like have a person that passes away and then you have to clean the bodies.
Oh.
It's called postmortem care, and then you like don't realize when you turn them, stuff oozes out.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to kind of like have this like poker face on, and they're dripping, and
Really?
then you pull, you like snap off stuff from their bodies.
Are you serious?
And then it's like it actually makes a real suction noise, and yes,
Oh wow.
yeah, that you never get used to it.
It's just like it's just fluid, just
Yeah,
sitting there.
it's like
The
you're
pumps-
putting, you're
the
letting
pumps
like a
no longer-
yeah, you're like literally you shake this and you like open them up and
It's like you shake a
wow,
body and you
yeah.
can hear the fluid.
yes,
Well, it makes sense though, because like a body, I mean, you have the circulatory system. It's constantly refreshing the blood, constantly new oxygen, warm, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that once all that stops,
yeah,
whatever's
there's a
just
collection
there,
of
whatever's
it.
just there
Yeah.
is just there and it collects.
Just
So
sitting.
that's the weirdest thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it's not the worst I've seen, but that's just kind of like the sounds and the sight of it, the
Yeah.
oozing.
It's the reality.
It's
of it.
just you just
So I've known
Yeah.
Deb for like we've known each other for a long time.
don't do it.
We've known each other for a long
Tell
time.
him not to do it.
I know we talked about it before we
Let
started.
me tell you about Deb. No.
Oh, no.
So no, we've known each
number.
other since like we were very young.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were like in middle school or in high school we really met.
I think high school.
More in high schoolish. Now, I mean, Deb she was like, I think you were like in my opinion, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought you were like the model daughter, right? You go to school, you study, good grades, you're in
Wow.
choir, right? Choir? No, chorus.
Orchestra.
Orchestra. And you always seemed like you were like a good kid.
I was a big time geek. Just say it. You want to say I was the big
I
time
wasn't gonna say
geeky
you were
nerd.
geek,
You were
'cause
the
I thought
football player.
I thought I was a nerd.
And I was the cello player, and he was the big football player, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like so in
Hold
high
on, I need
school,
more cough syrup.
like in high school, like
There's more in here. I prepare.
I think they do a good job of this now compared to our days. Like we didn't like I don't like for me I didn't plan for college. I didn't plan for anything. Didn't even think about any of that. I think they do a good job with that with kids now. Kids getting college credit now, and I think like really trying to set them up for that. Were you thinking about college in high school?
No. Yes, I did actually. I
you?
did until I got knocked up, and then that went sideways. But
You're like, well, you know, I'll
I'm
do
like,
both.
you know, I just
Like,
wanted to
I'm
take the longer
take
trip.
notes while I'm.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
wanted to take the road
I
less
wanted.
travels.
Yes. There we go.
Well, I mean,
Really
but
challenge
no,
yourself.
but there's a lesson there, right? Because it's also it's more common now than it was in our days. Because like when we were kids and girls got pregnant, it was like kind of like, oh, dude, she's pregnant, like, oh my god, scandal.
Yeah, it was the biggest thing. As everybody's
And you
like,
think that that's changed
I mean,
now?
I don't think it's like I'm not saying that it's not a thing like to say like, oh, that 17-year-old has a kid or something. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's not a thing. However, you see it more in society now, and I think that there's more resources.
MTV show around it.
There's a whole
Yeah.
MTV show
Yeah.
about it.
there's daycares in the high schools.
Daycares in the high schools.
Yeah.
So I mean, and just to show that hey, if one person can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, that's the truth of it.
Get pregnant? Yeah, everybody can do it.
No, still
you
go to
really
school.
try.
Still go to
Come
school.
on, wait.
You can still get pregnant.
Still go to school. Still find your way.
Try again.
If you don't get pregnant,
You don't succeed.
just keep trying.
Keep
You'll get
on trying. No. Here's a good shameless
Wow.
plug for using condoms, though.
I know, right? Trojans.
Trojans. Here we
those
go.
sponsored. Is it really ripped for your comfort?
Oh, see? There we go. See, I think it's really a good tequila.
This one's a good one. I don't know if I like Corzo or this one better. This one's good. But How I Met Your Mother. Remember that show? Every time Robin said on the news, the college kids at the bar had to take a drink.
I don't know.
And then when she found out about it, she was on the air and she goes, I know what you guys are up to. And the college kid's like,
Oh, no.
Ted goes, what are we gonna do? He's like, we have to do it, bro. That's
Oh
the
my
rules of the
gosh.
game. Yeah. No, I think that's fantastic. Though I think you have a great family. Kids usually like you. I think they went through the
Kids
phase.
usually like
Kids
you.
usually
Is that
like
I think the classic phase of life where they're like,
Yeah,
you know,
they're in
mom
that
doesn't know
weird,
what- mom
like,
doesn't
I
know
don't
what
give a
she's
crap
talking
what you
about.
say, you know nothing.
I went through that phase. As a matter of fact, I think I'm more along in the phase now. It's like, yeah, I was an idiot because my dad knew exactly what he was talking about.
I don't think they've had that, like, realization yet. They're just kind of like, God, Mom, you don't know anything. Did you know Grandma told me? And I'm like, oh, I
So
told you
you're
that
listening. You're listening to grandmother, and you're not listening to mom.
Yeah, but there, you know.
Wow,
That's okay.
it's like that. Well, no, they're getting. That means they're just getting it from somewhere. That's still good. And it's from a
Yeah.
good source, right?
Yeah. I mean, friends, you know,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Ugh.
Oh, what's the other one? TikTok. They were telling me about a
What do you
recipe.
think would have happened to us if we had that?
I don't
nowadays?
have any of that stuff.
Like if we had Instagram,
I am
Snapchat.
so happy that did
like,
not happen
in our
during my
times?
college time.
Like, what do you think?
Oh
What
my
do you think
God.
growing up would have been like?
I would have not had a career.
Jeez.
I mean, like, I literally, like, they're literally
I can't
immersed.
imagine. I can't imagine. I mean, in college, we used to have like a wall of shame of all the stupid stuff we used to do while
Right.
drinking with our buddies.
And then we used to have a book, a wall of shame, and then we had a book. We had all sorts of books too, where we'd write stuff down.
Were
And,
you?
Oh, the wall of shame was terrible. Can you imagine if that
Jeez.
still was like on like the internet, like for everyone
Oh
to
my
see,
God.
like forever and ever?
Yeah, because I even when I was going through that,
That's
we
terrible.
didn't have like a wall of shame online yet. It was all starting. Matter of fact, I remember when I first joined the Facebook, and,
Oh,
you,
the
and you
Facebook,
had to
yeah.
have an email address that said .edu.
Oh yeah.
No, I remember all the way back to MySpace.
What?
We were just talking about MySpace the other day. We were like, you remember MySpace? Is that still up?
It's
Like,
still up.
I'm going to
It's
get my
still up.
pictures. No.
I know, right?
I just want to go retrieve my
my God.
pictures.
I need to put a new
Evidence.
video on while you're like, looking at mine, and you can change like all the design on there.
That
Like
is
basic
so
HTML.
funny. I wonder if I
Yeah.
still have my account active. I
I
think
know,
I
I
just
wanna go-
abandoned
I'm
it.
sure.
I
it's
know, me
still
too.
there.
I was like,
I'm
what
sure
is
it's
my
still there. You can
login?
probably-
Like-
if you have the same email address, you can request it.
I am pretty sure
Because I
I
know
didn't.
mine. I've been on mine, like not recently, but I had seen mine.
I don't know if I actually.
Is anybody
formally
even on
quit.
there? Are you like, hello?
And then there was like an online journaling thing you could do.
Is that blogging?
Was it like blogging?
Or
It was
is it
blogging
Or is
before
it like
blogging.
Was it blogging before blogging, or was it like the original blog? I don't know.
Is there
So-
original blog?
I don't know.
Thoughts
I
by
don't know.
Mark.
I know, right? Thoughts, deep thoughts. With Jack
What is that
Kennedy.
one? Oh, yeah.
Jack Andy.
Yeah, you know,
What does it say?
unfortunately, we actually talk about Saturday Night Live a lot. That's like our best material. You know, Pete Schwetty's balls. Pete, your balls are just, they're so chocolatey and they're so nice. You ever watch that Saturday Night Live? And they have a very monotone voice when they do that. Oh, I love your balls. They're so delicious.
Oh, yes, the two girls. The
two girls,
The two
they're like-
ladies, and they're like, oh, yeah.
It was like, how do you get them salted just right? It's just got the right nice amount of salt on your balls, Pete. And, you know, like, and they're just like all like that. And they're talking about like his chocolate balls that you eat, not like his.
Not like the
That is-
actual
his actual balls.
But the whole show is like a whole, like, what do you call that? It's like
sexual innuendo.
it's like a whole sexual innuendo
We should-
with no enthusiasm in the voice at all. Yeah,
Just poker face and poker voice.
like, oh my goodness, it's very delightful. You have very large balls, Pete.
Notice we both take a drink.
I
We
know,
talk
we're
about
like-
balls. We're both like,
I know, like-
we're like, balls.
Oh my
Never
god.
had that conversation
Dude,
before.
Never.
Saturday Night Live.
We should go like 2 balls.
Saturday Night Live. Wow.
Talking about meatballs.
Wow.
We were talking about chocolate
Dude,
balls.
Saturday Night Live though, right? It's like 20 years. Like. Anyway.
The one that I
times,
liked
good
that
times.
you introduced me to was the one.
Hey, bitches.
Yes, Chris Hemsworth.
They're all talking about Chris.
Trying to-
Okay, so there's
That was
one.
my
I
favorite.
send this to everybody where
That's
Chris
my favorite.
Hemsworth comes out dressed as a woman and he's talking at his table with women. And they're all talking about guys, and they're like, "Oh my god, like Chris Evans, he's such a hunk." And there's Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth, right?
His name is Claire. He's dressed up as a woman named Claire.
He's like, oh my God, like, hey Claire. He goes, well, how about that Chris Hemsworth? He's such a hunk. And they're like, I don't know, Claire, but what about Iron Man?
Or no, Thor.
Or Thor.
When he was like...
Yeah, they just go on like that. And he's like, excuse me, bitches, I gotta go to the bathroom. It's like, yeah, we don't say bitches. Okay, go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Is Claire even our friend?
And they hardly even know Claire, but they're like...
I don't think I even know who Claire is. I love that. And then he comes back. He's like, hey, bitches, I'm back.
She keeps talking about Chris Hemsworth, and then they're so funny because the girls are all twirling their hair, and they're like, oh my God. Is really? Is Claire Chris Hemsworth?
And one girl's like,
God,
oh my God, he's such a hunk or something like that. The other one's like, no, that's so creepy. Like, yeah, one's like turned on, and one's like, no.
No.
I love that Saturday Night Live episode.
It is pretty funny. Well, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I think they have pretty good skits. Like still, like
I think they still do. Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was on there just recently?
They did a recent one where they were making fun of TikTok. Did you watch it? It was like on the news over the weekend.
Oh,
it was
no,
really
I didn't see
funny.
that one.
So
Really?
you know how you're just scrolling through TikTok and it has all these videos, and it was just so classic because all of the cliches of what TikTok does.
Dude,
it's just hilarious. Y'all need to watch that one.
Okay, Saturday Night Live on about
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm gonna have to watch that now. That sounds legit. I'm gonna check that out.
Funny.
Interestingly enough, TikTok. And we're talking about being in high school and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
So, first of all, thank God.
Thank God that they didn't have it during my
TikTok.
time.
I'm gonna shamelessly say I have a TikTok. So
no, it's okay.
Are you one of those people in the morning that you're all like, doing your video like?
Oh no, I'm like one of those ones that's like tries to do the exercise. I copy the people and be like, try to redo like the push-ups just like them, and then I do one, and then I fall on my face, and I'm all fuck.
You're all there with the water bottle.
I turn it on, and
you're
I'm
all
all
throwing water bottles. I can't get the water bottle wet. This is so stupid.
I know.
It's like
Yeah, I know.
No. China, because we always have to. I always mix like very modern news stuff, worthy stuff.
And we just like to keep everyone like guessing on what we're gonna talk
I know.
about
No.
I know. I'm like,
we're going to.
What?
We're staying on
I'm
TikTok.
like, now.
Let's go around the world, everybody. Let's go to China now.
No. So China has their version of TikTok. China has their version of TikTok.
Didn't they originally
They what?
have?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like TikTok before became
Right.
TikTok here?
Right.
So
so okay. So during the Trump administration, they were talking about like banning TikTok.
Is it like the Squid Games? I'm just kidding.
I know, right? He's like, is he gonna live? Is he gonna live?
No.
That one did live. Oh. No, and I don't want to butcher this. So under the Trump administration, they were gonna cut TikTok because it was owned by Chinese companies, but they finagled like a business deal, so now it's like owned by like part American companies or something, so they could stay legally be open in the United States. So, but there's a Chinese version, and the Chinese Communist government, they own like everything.
Like everything. In fact, they own you right now.
Yeah, they own you right now. It's like, hey, you just had a kid. Yeah, Chinese government owns it. Yeah, they own
They got two. Let's throw one out.
But
I'm saying maybe they do that.
I'm Mexican and I'm from Mexico. Yeah, they own that too.
Yeah,
they own that
They
too.
own your country.
Yeah. No, so they have their version of TikTok, right? So we're talking about like TikTok, like, oh God, thank God we didn't have in high school. So they have governmental regulations that little kids are only allowed to be on TikTok for like only a couple of hours, tops.
I like that though.
And then and
I think that's good.
And then like every out of every 5 video swipes, there has to be like an educational one.
Oh wow.
That's probably why they're way ahead of us.
I know. So it's like on one hand you have the government intervening like with a company saying like what you have to do. Which some people will be like, oh, the government can't get involved and tell you what to do. But it's not that bad though, right? Like saying like kids are, because they have like if you're from 0 to 6, you could only be on for 2 hours a day. If you're like from 6 to 12, you can only be on so many hours more a day until you're an adult. Then you can and then if you're on it for so long, there has to be and rather there has to be like educational bits in there, but there has to be nationalistic bits in there too as to like why our country's great.
weird.
So it's like they're inundated with information, but then they're like actually streaming it, and so that they think that this is a choice.
Right.
It's like
Like
Right. So there's good points about it. Like I think too much internet's bad for kids.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, too much.
I think it's that's why your phone says screen time to tell you.
So it's regulated. They're like, so if you get your kid a phone or a TikTok account, I guess you put in their date of birth, and it regulates how long they can be on for. But then, but I guess by their age, they're swiping. There has to be educational stuff on there.
Oh, there's more.
I'm getting behind.
Oh,
Do you know
no,
what I
there's
mean?
more in there. I
So-
made sure to mix some more in there.
More cough syrup. But yeah, so I mean,
Cranberry.
that would I would honestly be okay with that here. Would you be okay with that? You know, like,
I know we're like
like in today's news, like there's a massacre going
Cranberry.
on, and then you guys are like, oh
Cranberry.
my god.
what was the juice? What was it? Cranberry juice by who? Cranberry juice
Ocean
by
spray.
Ocean Spray.
Are you saying that wouldn't be education?
Oh
Hey,
my god.
How to make a
Ocean
cocktail?
Spray likes to introduce.
I would think that would
I
be
don't know.
educational. To adults, anyway.
I
Right?
know, right? Well, there are like how to make drink ones, like on Facebook video and all that. Like there's people that teach how to make. Maybe that's what you need to subscribe to.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, I got my recipes from Pinterest, but
I like Pinterest. I'm like
So-
I like
I
it.
do
How does Pinterest work?
it's like, and then
You
now
don't
they
have
have
Pinterest?
everything. They have everything mixed in with TikTok, so like TikTok videos are in there now.
Oh.
But it's like everything. It's like
So I mean, if I
Recipes,
understand, it's like having a
funny.
bulletin board, and you
Yeah.
pin your things that you're interested in,
Yeah,
and
it's
anybody
like
can see it.
yeah.
yeah.
You just
Cats,
pick like a subject and then
like
you like put it on
animals,
boards like you want.
crafts, DIY, or anything you can think of, funny
Really?
stuff.
Yeah, we have chocolate balls on one.
Chocolate
Oh
balls.
god.
how to
Oh
make
god.
How to make
Perfect meatball.
Okay. Pinterest or TikTok? Pinterest or TikTok?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have TikTok, but I just know that TikTok
What?
is in everything now.
Oh god, I'm alone.
All the TikTok
Yeah.
videos.
Do you have a TikTok?
Even on Instagram. Instagram, you're
Sign her up.
constantly going through TikTok videos.
You're on your right TikTok. Like there's cutaways that
I
are.
love, Instagram has
Everywhere.
like all these little reels, and you're just like in there.
Yeah.
That's the
I
newest.
can spend the whole
thing on
evening just
Instagram is
looking at
reels
that.
now. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and those reels come up on Facebook too.
Yeah,
So
it's
okay.
pretty cool.
So would you be opposed for federal regulation limiting kids on TikTok?
I knew he was segueing somewhere.
I mean, you're a parent. Kids grew up with technology. If the government said, like, yeah, you can have your accounts for your kids and all that, but your kids can only be on there like 2 hours a day, would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah, I would
If it
love
was
it.
like a federally
I would love it.
regulated through the app.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they actually use it as an outlet. They actually use it more now than they did. I mean, I think like what we did, I think we actually grew up with actual real life. They don't like everything they do is, but remember we talked about this, their life is more about the likes and who's looking, how many views.
How they're being perceived by others.
gratification
Yeah.
Kind of-
by getting so much like likes versus
Yeah.
somebody actually liking
and actually
you.
just, hey, I think you're a cool person. I like you. No, it's not even that anymore.
You know what concerns me, and I don't have kids, but I've noticed that with like kids, like honestly, with all the filters and all of these like cool things that you can do with video, and you do this, you do that, and all of a sudden it looks like a professional music video.
Uh-huh.
I mean, kids really are beginning to believe that they're like the center of the universe, that they are like
Narcissism.
yes.
So you
And
think
then
there's like a narcissistic disorder created by this?
Yes.
I also kind of feel like it's kind of like it's keeping them from learning how to deal with disappointment and rejection.
Oh gosh.
Disappointment,
yeah.
rejection, all of this stuff is a natural part of life.
I think you're
that-
spot on with that.
And
'cause
that's what is concerning. Like, kids don't know how to cope.
you have to learn
Yes.
how to, and that's something we've talked about a lot. Like
A lot.
sometimes you have to deal with it and accept it for what it is.
Yep.
Yep.
And so if you live in let's use Facebook's word. If you live in a metaverse,
The metaverse.
The
Metaverse.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you live in a metaverse,
I haven't heard that one.
where it's actually the official name of the new of Facebook's company now, Metaverse. Meta. It's just
It's
Meta.
meta.
But it's like the world
Oh, I'm
within.
so ready.
I'm
How
like-
about
Let's
you,
take a
Deb?
lot.
No, I'm Mark, slow me down.
So, no, it's okay. So
Don't let Mark slow you
I
down.
don't be tripping.
It's
No.
not
Right?
true.
So
Ooh, let's
so
make sure that.
so you're saying these people that have lives in the
These
metaverse,
people who have lives.
because they're big, because it's funny because like there's something out there for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And
for
so,
sure.
so because you're putting it out there so much, people that don't like you might just swipe by you without giving you a like or something. But because the metaverse is so big and there's so many billions of people online, that somebody's gonna like you, so you'll never
Do you have
fully.
a good part?
Did it get better or what? Did it get better?
I don't know.
Oh,
Either that or we're getting
so
tipsy.
so you're saying that because they're in the
I like the
metaverse,
cranberry though.
you never know disappointment because somebody will always like you.
So let's come up with a new app where we just in there disappointing people left
The
and
disappointment
right.
app?
Yes.
Disappointment.
This
I'm gonna sign you up for the disappointment app, and
Dude.
you are constantly
and you're
be
going
rejected.
to learn what rejection means.
You're gonna have zero friends.
The only app that that I love is the
Oh, our friend.
it's like awkward silence cricket app.
Oh yeah, our friend is asking about how's it going.
It's
Right,
like
are they on?
so when it gets quiet, there's awkward silence. It's like,
Crickets.
Crickets.
huh, and that's where you kind of just like start looking around, twiddling your thumbs. You're like, huh, okay, love the cricket app. Anyways,
Did you
so,
get the message from our
yeah,
friend?
yeah.
Give him a shout out. You're like, special
Yeah.
shout out to
Special
He's
shout out
on,
to
he's
our
on his
homie.
way. He's on his way.
Special shout out to our homie.
Our homie. That's right. But
Who is it? Who is it? Who's
Oh, we can't say his name because.
okay? It's a
But
friend.
you'll meet him though.
Yeah.
He's a really good buddy of ours.
so
He's cool.
so
Shall I remain
anyways,
nameless?
yeah. Anyways,
This might
so-
have to be our shortest podcast though.
we'll
Because
see.
we might have to take a break and see if we can convince that fourth guest.
I know. The goal is to get like another mic so we can put him in the corner and he'll be like our research guy. Have
That would
drinks
be
with us.
amazing.
Yeah,
Pay
it
him in
is.
scotch.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Tequila.
Tequila.
I know, right? That's the goal.
There's a big bottle in the kitchen.
So, anyways, so cool, very cool, dude.
I'm like, I don't know. I thought we. I'm like, shall I be nosy?
So we're gonna make an app where kids face disappointment every day.
Yeah, and you know what? Like
What's
really
up?
make them believe that they have all of these friends, and then they just start to like drop them.
You see
know,
the numbers
right?
go down.
Like zero
Every day the app will drop a friend off your list.
In fact, you start off with a
So
lot
that
of
way you're like,
friends.
why
you
did
start
they?
off with a lot
I know
of friends.
it's like an inflated number. Like, oh, so many people are liking me.
I know.
And then like in a
you're
week
like,
later,
oh.
like you lose like 10. It's like, what's going on?
I think I would be like, oh my god.
Oh, you know what's going to incorporate? Remember when Facebook used to have a thumbs down?
Oh, all of your posts get sad.
Yeah.
faces.
So
That's what I was saying. It was a thumbs down app.
it'll give you like thumbs down. So you're like, when you look at your posting, whatever, you're like, oh, what the hell? I got like 100 thumbs down and like 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
Yes.
Dude, that's what's missing from like all these apps.
Yeah.
So-
I want
Then you get-
I want
then you get
I want the middle
messages.
finger app. Like
There's
I
Get
like-
want
messages too, like you are not acceptable. Not mean, just oh my god.
I know.
Your
or
request
is
rejected.
Your app will not only give them a thumbs down, but your app will also give them like a bad message like,
I know.
dude, you suck.
So, or just something simple like you're pretty average.
Like, can you imagine like a little,
like,
a little 17-year-old girl sitting here looking at the app like,
Oh shit.
and like I just like that.
No, I think people would turn it around, like they'd like to be like liked, so then they would go to the negative one, so they'd be like, well, at least, I'm liked 6 here and I'm down that way 7, so
Dude.
I'm good.
Have you gone on Twitter?
I can't really navigate it.
Or even like YouTube. When you go on YouTube, like I'll watch videos or documentaries and stuff, or even other podcasting, and while I'm listening, I'll start reading the comments.
Oh.
Yeah, that gets interesting.
Yeah.
And what gets interesting is comments. Some comments are like, "Dude, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about." Or, "Dude, like they'll go on like the documentary, and then there's like people that like leave comments going off about each other. Like
They
"Dude,
start talking shit to each other.
Each
And then
other.
I want to see the drama. I like the drama.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there going, oh, this bitch. No.
oh,
How did you go here?
I was like, how do you egg it? How do you egg it
I
on?
egg
Like,
it on. I
was
do. I'm like,
dude,
you should not talk.
don't take that from him. Like,
Mr. Man 55 was just trying to be nice.
he's like, dude, you tell Mr. Man 55, he's a jerk.
Exactly. I'm like, come on. He was just trying to lift you up.
And and because the internet gives you a level of anonymity,
Yeah, they
It
think they
lets
can
people,
talk.
it lets people really sling
Yes.
mud. It lets people get like straight ugly.
I had people like during the like presidential election, like all this, not to get political because you can go there. So let's
Oh,
not
yeah.
go there.
Oh, yeah.
But like I had people like I was like, yes, a first female vice president, and then I had like a couple people like
You're
literally.
an effing idiot.
Yeah, well, number one, because it's a woman, and number two, because who was running, and so they unfriended me. And I actually was like the negative, like, I was like, look, if you don't like my opinion, go away. And then later on, I was like, they unfriended me. So later on, I was like, on the side, like, oh my God.
It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, like, people just take it so, like,
that even friends can get polarized
Yeah.
and not work through it.
I think that the last elections, though, I mean, the last president, I honestly, like, I think
But
people
you
have
throw in-
separated themselves from
But you
their
throw
friends.
in the mix of the internet where you could be anonymous, or like even if you're.
but they can feel like they can tell you something,
They feel like they can tell you because
they're protected.
It's not in your face.
Yes.
There's a layer of
They
protection.
can tell you
Yes.
that. Like, dude, that is not a
Like,
cute dress.
Like,
That is
dude,
not a cute
You're,
dress. Like, okay.
you're a whore. You're stupid. You're average. And guess
You're
what? Your
average.
opinion on politics is dumb because you're a woman.
What's
Whoa.
Whoa!
Right?
How did we go there?
Wow. Like but that's the kind of internet mud you get, though, right?
Notice we both pick up drinks when he starts
I
talking.
know,
Like we're like, oh,
Like-
what? Let's take a drink.
Did I not just say that would be like the biggest insult?
They're
Like,
like-
you're average, and I'm like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
okay.
I'm
Like,
all
no,
giving
let's
an
take a drink.
example here
Take a
of a
drink, you're
comment.
average.
I'm like making it like for example
No, that's what he
comment,
said, to
and you
average.
guys are like going like,
To average.
oh my God, that sounds a little too hurtful.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
My little heart.
I'm a woman. Well, I can't help it. I can't change
I
it.
need
Just
to have
a
an
little
opinion.
woman.
I need to have an opinion.
I'm like, you know
But-
what? I like wearing skirts.
But people-
I like makeup. And
I like being girly. I like cranberry juice.
it's perfect for my urinary health.
Right? We are actually being, look, and in the nursing wise, she's being very good.
You know
We're
what?
preventing UTIs. She's actually helping cleanse her
I'm incorporating
system.
it with my vodka.
Yes. And it's probably less sugar, so go.
There we go.
Okay, advice for anybody that wants to be a
Cranberry.
nurse.
Don't do it.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
No, you know what? I think my
No.
best advice, here's my best advice.
Best advice.
If you want to be a nurse, do it because, and here's what I'm going to tell everybody. This is what makes me mad. I'm going to get on my little soapbox. Okay, so
it.
don't go out there thinking you're going to make boku bucks and go travel the world. And yeah, there's nurses like that. But when we call them undercover, we call them the undercover shitty people.
Why?
Because they end up treating people just like, you know, not a patient. They just treat them like I'm going to go do something.
dollar
I'm
bill.
going to show up to work. And yeah, I mean, not even a dollar bill. It's just like, if I came in and wanted to take care of you, it's because I had the desire to help you and take care of you. And in that moment of vulnerability, and when you really can't do for yourself, that's when the nurse steps in and tries to help you. Well, granted, the doctor, because let's give them some credit, because they're like,
Right.
we're the ones that diagnose. But whatever. We actually take out the orders. We actually put the pills, we actually hang the IV. We're the
Yeah.
actually ones. But here's the thing. Do it because you want to take care of somebody that can't take care of themselves. If you can't do that, don't go into that field. Because guess what? Right now, people are dropping like flies, so are healthcare workers. This is the time that people need to stand up and rise and take care of people and know that they're risking, and we risk our lives. We risk our lives. But don't do it because you think it's going to bring you money. It's never going to bring you money.
What percentage of people do you think get into healthcare because of money?
I think
Half, a quarter.
Probably, I would say half. I think if we go even higher, because there's half. I always say it's 50-50. You got the nurse that wants to make the money. You got the nurse that says, hey, I want to make a change. And then they get jaded.
Right.
No,
And they get jaded, just like me.
but you know what? I honestly have said, if I can get one, thank you for helping my mom today. Thank you because you cared and you went and got me that juice box. Who cares?
Right.
That was actually something you did that was beyond just your job. And it's
Right.
not a job, it has to be a passion. So if you have a passion for helping others, then do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
I love it.
And so right now, like during COVID, when things are getting hard, is that like the people that have one foot in, one foot out, is this the time that you see them dropping out?
No, I actually see them going for the money. It's sad because, well, no, there's some that feel like a call. Like, let's say, like, even in military, they feel like a call to their country, right? Mm-hmm. So I think in healthcare, because I'm going to include everybody, there's other people, not just nurses, because it's a team.
Like
and I always say there's no I in team, right? You even know because we both are in healthcare. Like,
well, you know, I mean, there's an I in Equipo, but, you know, team.
Whatever. There's an I in iPhone. No, I don't know. That was random. That was random. And the alcohol. Cheers to cranberry. But anyhow, we were just talking about that the nurses, they're taking contracts and they are answering the call, but they're also, you know, the money is there and to help.
Is it good money right now?
Well,
I'm not gonna lie,
because
it's
there's
good
a
money.
shortage.
Yes.
There's a shortage in nurses.
But it's leaving our hospitals short. Yes.
A lot of places are offering bonuses, sign-on bonuses.
Yeah.
Wage increases. So right now would probably be the best time to get into.
But I mean, but the hospitals are also giving sign-on bonuses too.
Well,
I mean, I think maybe at this point, like the way the job field is,
Home health is offering bonuses.
Come on. I mean, you go down to these stores like what, department stores, Walmart, McDonald's, $15 an hour. I just saw it.
But you know what? People want to be on unemployment. I have people that are unemployment that make more money than I do as a nurse, and that's fine.
No,
If that's what you want to do. No, it is. It is. I'm telling you. I know some people that can make, because, you know, I'm saying starting wages for nurse, not like a different time over time or experience. I'm talking about just bare wage, like base pay. But some people just feel like right now they can stay on unemployment, and it's fine. That's your choice. Yeah. I always tell people it's a personal choice. I'm not going to judge you, but the other people that are out there and say, you know, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to show up. Right. You know, it's a little harder because you show up and you make sacrifices. You stay on longer. You take extra shifts. You know, you help others and.
Well, thank you for joining us. I know that we've been trying to get you on, and
I know I'm like,
you've been working.
I work too much.
Working woman.
Work. Yes.
Wow. And COVID.
Yeah. We were going to talk about that, but I was like, I'm not going to actually get on my.
How much of a pain in the butt has that been though? Like, because we talk about it all the time. I remember we were talking about COVID before it was on the United States, because I was following the news and all that. I remember talking to my bosses like, this is coming. They're like, no, even when it was in Washington, it was like this is coming. Like, it's already in Washington. The first community, what do you call it? Community, not outbreak, but the first community
acquired a disease. No,
I know, right? No, it was the first time somebody just got it randomly. Like, it was in California. Like
patient zero.
No, that was. I'm
just giving him a hard time.
That was a Chinese person that was screwing a bat up in the Wuhan province.
Somebody bit a bat's head. Let's just talk about it.
Did Ozzy cause?
Ozzy was
Ozzy in China?
He spread the bats.
Look it. We know it was the Chinese.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? It was an internal.
It's
the government
Ozzy,
conspiracy.
Like, some ass biting bat heads.
Yeah.
In China.
Yeah, you know what? He's got money. He's got a wife.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna start the Ozzy theory.
Let's do it.
Based on nothing, absolutely no evidence.
And then people are like, I heard about the Ozzy theory.
The Ozzy theory.
Did it.
They coin it. You guys coin it.
You know what? Give it a week. We just put it out there. Give it a week.
The Ozzy theory. Hashtag Ozzy theory.
It's gonna be the Prime Minister of China. He's gonna be like, yes, no, we think we've just determined it was the Ozzy theory that caused the virus to appear to come from Wuhan, but really
it was Ozzy Osbourne just being all drunk off his ass.
I know, right? Okay.
How about cheers to Ozzy? Cheers to Ozzy!
What a mess.
Out of control. Out of control. So, okay.
I'm out.
So we talked about the Wuhan virus a lot.
Where's some more?
And
it keeps it cold. I'm telling you. We're trying it. Yes. Dude. Not only the shaker is insulated.
Like, not only
the drink is insulated.
Not only is it pretty.
It's
all
pretty
white.
and tasty.
It's got like a rose gold cover on top.
I know.
And while she's not looking, I'm gonna steal the 3.
And she takes them home.
This is my parting gift as a guest. Thank you. I knew I was gonna get paid enough.
It's pretty cool.
I know, right?
Legit, dude.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start giving party gifts to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
And it's like, dude, you get a party gift for being on.
There you go. I'll be like, I told him, I said, I'm getting paid. He's like, thank you.
You get like a little notepad. That's all I get.
I get
all I
a
get.
Post-it
It's
note.
like
Get
a
a
Hello
Post-it.
Kitty Post-it note. That's all I get.
Be like, Deb, you like Post-it notes. Here you go.
Okay.
And it's scratch a sniff too. It's
Yes.
like strawberries, bro.
I love Hello Kitty.
But this is pretty bomb though. Reduce. Hey,
I
sponsor
like
us.
it.
I know, right?
What is it? What is it?
Reduce.
What is reduce?
Reduce. I guess it's a brand. I
Okay.
guess. But anyway,
Yes.
whatever. It's pretty bomb.
When you hold it in your hand, we reduce. No.
Oh my gosh. Reduce your stress. There we go.
Yes.
Oh.
There we go.
I like
Bum,
it.
Bum, bum,
bum.
bum.
Okay, so I'm curious about this though. I want to hear from like your side of the business though.
You want to hear
So
from my
we
side?
were talking like remember when COVID hit over here?
Yes.
It was like, it was community spread in California, right? And then it was like, dude, this is getting real. And then it was like,
It's like Seattle. Wasn't it like Seattle
it
or
was in
something like
Washington first, and
Washington?
then in California.
Okay.
California.
And then it was like one day it was like in April
Mexico had.
or May over here. It was just like one day the governor said all schools are closed. Boom.
It was really wild. It was
It was just like one night,
weird
right?
dream.
Everything just shut down.
Right.
Like the world
Mhm.
stopped.
Now we kept on going to work because of our nature of our jobs
We had
and all
to.
that. We had to go to work and all that. What about like in your business where you're actually dealing with patients? Because I think you were already in a hospital setting before that.
Yeah, we were, but I think like the whole thing is everybody was preparing. There wasn't like a sudden surprise. You're just preparing for a different kind of patient. But I think nobody actually knew to the extent of what was going to happen. And
Because like
I think everybody has like in that healthcare they
It
know.
was kind of like
Yeah.
something coming. And
They know. They like
either-
preparation was
either-
there. It was starting.
See, and we didn't see the preparation on our business. We didn't see a lot of agencies preparing. I mean, you see it in the news, like COVID. It's like there's this thing in COVID because it seemed like it landed in like it was the nursing homes in Washington and stuff. Then there was the first community spread in California.
I think
But
what
then
we primarily dealt with was anxiety. It was
Yeah.
anxiety on our clients and our caregivers.
But there was
It was
like
a lot of
but
anxiety.
there wasn't any like preparation before. It was like it was here and then suddenly the guidelines were changing every day and there was like PPE, wearing a mask, and then suddenly all this stuff hit the fan, right? Get people sanitizer, get people this, get people that.
And I do remember one upside during that time.
What was the upside?
Our upside is we did have our friend supervisor
Go
who
on.
actually was keeping up with it and was actually talking about it and was kind of feeding us some info. You guys were talking about it, and I
We
think
were
that
talking
we were,
about a lot,
I
yeah.
think we were trying to prepare internally as best as we could.
But I don't think we were prepared like with like,
we
PPE,
were
like supplies
never.
and everything.
No.
Yeah.
We were
So
doing
There
our
was-
best.
I mean,
so
there
that's
was
what
not-
I'm saying.
there
Like
was
in the
not-
hospitals, in the hospital sense, once it landed on the United States, were they already talking about it like a month before? 'Cause,
Well,
like,
people knew it was coming. I mean, I think internally, like everybody has to, there is a team of people that it's actually a designated like emergency team that if there's something happening in the community they have to respond. So everybody, kind of like you huddle together in a football team or whatever else, you're going to be like, okay, what are we going to do? What's our plan?
So there was already a team that looked.
There's
for
a team
weird events.
deciding which the healthcare was going to shift, like what the health of the community is shifting.
Like the community health.
Yeah,
What-
yeah.
And so they may have already been seeing it, and they may have already.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
there was preparation, but it wasn't. Nobody was in the know of
Did
how
New
bad.
York? Did New York hit first before it came here? Because it seemed like it all happened at once, and then
It seemed like
suddenly
the East Coast was hit really bad.
Yeah, and then it seemed like New York got hit bad. People were hospitalized.
They were
But
pretty much like
I don't know if
a
it was.
hotspot for
I don't know
COVID.
if it was before we closed down or after we closed down. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of the sequence of events. Because then it seemed like all of a sudden New York was the big hotspot. The hospitals were overwhelmed and all that.
And then people started talking about the coin term social distancing, which is actually pretty funny. Not funny, but if you ever watch
South Park. He had that 6-foot stick.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny. No, but there. What is that one movie? Contagion. And it was a couple of years before.
Right.
I've seen that movie.
They actually used the words social
Do
distancing
they really? I still haven't
before
seen
the
it.
pandemic actually ever even happened.
Really?
So I
I
think
haven't
that
seen
You
that.
have to see it.
I have to
I
see it.
actually thought
So-
like, how the heck was it? It's almost like what's going on.
Really?
yes,
Yes.
and then
Watch it.
when I first
watch
heard
it.
of the words social distancing, I'm
Uh-huh.
like, seriously, in an office,
You're
how
like-
do you socially distance?
Right.
It
You
seemed
remember that?
ridiculous,
Yeah.
but now it's like a common. It's just a common thing. This is what we do. I think our friend has arrived.
You think he's here?
Yeah, I thought I heard
She
something
has
outside.
a sixth sense. She's like, I feel someone.
I can check real fast.
I get
My spidey sense was tingling. My
Spidey
vodka
sense
sense
is
was
tickling.
My vodka sense was tingling.
Okay. We're going to hit like the pause button real fast.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, am I?
Converse amongst yourself. So we're resuming. We're live now again.
resuming, uh-huh.
We took like a short, like 5-minute
5 minutes.
No, we had guests. We have Dario. He's our studio guest here in my studio, aka little room.
You're no.
It's our studio. That's what we're calling it. It's our studio. Welcome back, folks.
Welcome
back.
back.
And I feel like our conversation during the break was so intense. It's like, how did we just not set up the camera there? And just
That's what I was
keep
going
on
to tell you. Is we should have secret cameras. Like you should just put it in your kitchen, and then actually that's the real action.
People get funny about having secret cameras. You have to be up and up about it. You know what I mean?
You just tell them to write out. Like,
You know what we should do though is
What should we
figure
do?
out a different setup for.
Jeanette, what should we do?
Figure out a different setup for a bigger audience, more guests. Come on.
Well, I need to figure out the software and all that to be able to do you could do this with Zoom, and you could have like a Zoom window so you could see the person on the other end talking while you're recording, but I'm not there yet because I have to figure out what software I need.
So I think we need to catch our audience up because we did have a friend come join us and we got super distracted and excited.
The very infamous, the very mysterious. Tall, dark, no he's not dark, but tall and handsome. Wildly successful, ladies.
Was he a Ryan
got
Philippe?
like an amazing smile. And he's a very eligible bachelor. Travels the world.
World
He's
traveler.
an adventure man.
Yes.
I don't know how to say this. He's a Renaissance man. He knows a little everything
Wow,
about
what does Renaissance mean?
everything. And
So what are we gonna call him?
and and if he was on here, I know. If he was on,
Ladies.
we'll call him Fabio. If he was on
Special
here,
shout out to
if
Fabio.
he was on here, he'd have that cool voice and be like, "Why, hello, ladies. How are you doing?" He's like the Dos Equis guys.
Are you
Yes,
like
he is.
he's not the you'll never find.
No, he's like the Old Spice guy. He's like, "Hello, ladies."
Oh,
Yeah, he's like the guy. Look now, he's got a shell of pearls. Look again, now there are tickets to the show that you want to see. He's gonna bake you a cake in the kitchen. He built with his own two hands, as he dives into the night of your dreams.
I think that's a little
And
too elaborate.
whenever he walks in, you hear that Old Spice will do that.
So we're calling our friend
Fabio.
Fabio.
Fabio's in the audience right now.
Fabio, special shout out. I'm single.
It's like, I'm single and I'm easy.
I'm single and I'm a nurse.
I'm single, I'm easy, and I'm extremely flexible.
Oh, Marcos, let's not say all the things at once.
So here's the thing.
Jeez.
Me and Jeanette, we have pledged episode 15 is our dating episode.
Dating episode. Seriously, this is actually
What episode is this?
We're on 11 or 12 now.
11. I think this is.
I'm on the wrong episode.
Actually, no. Dating.
So,
episode 15 is going to be the dating episode.
Right.
And it's going to be. Good God. It's
We'll figure
probably
out- we'll
going to be
figure out-
terrible for my personal life.
We will figure out what episode 25 is going to be, because that's going to be a big episode for us.
We're trying to. make
From
it-
15 to 25, that's a jump.
That's a jump. That's
a
10,
jump.
10 more episodes. So
So
that's
in
like
hindsight, will
every-
you be married by 25? So at 15, you're like, we will be
Prediction.
married by 25.
I love that. It's
Oh
a
my
prediction.
God.
I think Jeanette will be married.
So here's a
Engaged.
Here's a common
To engagement.
Here's a common thing me and Jeanette talk about. We talk about vibe. Having a positive vibe.
Yes.
And manifesting, putting the intentions out into the
Manifesting
universe.
Manifesting.
dreams.
And
Your
it's
goals.
surprising where that's creeped up at in our lives.
Not creepy to kill it, but
But it's happened, right? We've had some episodes where we talked about where the manifesting, you put those intentions down, it's like, whoa, it's kind of happened. So that's kind of been a common
Why
theme.
don't
You know, honestly, I do believe in that. Trust me, I am not a believer.
Not a foo-foo, not any of that stuff.
I am not like a new ager
Jeanette's a
weirdo.
new ager.
You're like,
Jeanette has
ooh,
all
what's
her
in the
crystals.
cards? What's
She
in
has
the-
her dream catcher. She has...
But I do
You
have
know
a
what?
dream
Don't
catcher.
knock that.
Oh.
Don't
I
knock
do have a
that.
dream catcher, but
I like it.
I'm not a believer like that.
Do you have a dream chest? Do you have your little dream chest at home?
Oh no, but I'm gonna get
I have a hope chest.
So what about a
Is
dream?
that the same thing?
What about a dream board? We put all the pictures of the things you want.
I cut out a magazine, you put it
That's
on your
our
dream
poster
board,
Right,
and
so
you
you-
say like what you're gonna be.
So the purpose of it is so you're visualizing what your goals are, and it's in a place where you see it, so you constantly remind yourself again. So mentally, you have that at the forefront of your thoughts. You're creating those vibes, and your work that you're doing is work that works towards that manifestation. So not only are you like hoping and wishing it's going to happen, but theoretically, the work you're doing takes you in that direction. Do you know what I mean? So it's a combination of everything. Because and you and I have talked about this whole
So
the
shameless
secret.
plug the secret.
No, but we talked about that though, like right, the secret.
I
It was
told
all
you this,
about-
and you, well, nothing, but
Well,
Did
no.
he
But
laugh at the
he laughed at me,
secret?
Jeanette.
we
He
talked.
laughed at
we,
the
we,
secret.
did.
laughed at certain things about.
No, you laughed. You're like, oh,
But,
Deb.
but I fully
Oh,
believe
Deb.
you
Oh,
have
Deb.
to do the legwork behind
Yes,
it.
yes, you do
have
have
to
to.
have the dream.
Well, you
have
also
to have
have
the
to
vibe.
have-
You have
also
to
have-
manifest, but it all has to tie together with the hard work.
There has to be a belief in it as well, though.
Yes,
if
you
you're
have
just
to
doing
come-
it blindly
yes.
without a goal,
I
it's
do
not going to
things blindly.
happen.
I shoot first and ask questions later blindly.
I'm gonna buy a bottle of Old Spice,
Oh, wow.
and I'm totally putting it by the side of my bed, and I'm manifesting you, Fabio.
Welcome to Mark's and Jeanette's dating and hookup show. So
Holy
behind,
crap.
When
behind
you
door
want
one.
love, but you want
So
Old
behind door
Spice.
one, Fabio tells us about himself.
Right.
Oh, my name is Fabio. I work out every day.
And I smell really good.
And I smell really good.
Oh, what was that dating show called?
Oh
The
my
dating
gosh,
game or
the
something.
dating
Do
game.
you remember what that was called?
Yes,
Do you remember
I
what
know.
Was
that
it not
called?
called the
It was-
dating game?
Mark, we're not that old, but yes.
Now, I was reading about that though recently.
The dating game is coming back,
There
though.
was a
It's coming
serial
back.
killer that was on the dating
Are you
game,
freaking kidding me?
and I think he won his episode or something like that until they figured out he was a serial killer.
Oh, nice. That's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Way to dash everybody. So
that
Fabio's
is
not.
so
We need to
Fabio-
verify that.
Fabio's
please.
not.
Let's
a
shoot that
serial
way
killer.
to our
He's
technical
not
guy.
a serial killer. Although,
Can we verify, please, sir?
Okay.
You know, if I can
Here's-
describe
here's the
Fabio,
surface.
he is super. Okay, we should describe our friend.
I want to know.
Fabio.
You guys have me like, my interest is peaked. Everybody wants to know.
Everybody wants to know about Fabio.
Not his pin code, but what he looks like.
Is when opportunity meets preparedness.
Luck is what opportunity
Oh,
meets
wow.
preparedness.
And he's so
Oh.
nice.
Ladies, that's
He's nice.
Fabio laying some wisdom down.
Oh,
Do you want that little table?
Nice.
You want that little black table there?
oh yes.
When luck is when opportunity meets preparedness.
Hmm.
You
I
heard
feel
it.
like I'm not even on my chair yet.
I know, I'm like, wait, hold on.
Dude, I feel like
I feel like you're like ready to run.
I feel like I'm ready to run too. Like I'm
Well,
ready to
so
run or slide down.
here's the thing. This is like a test for us to see
It
how
is,
it
it
goes
is.
with the guests and the
We'll
setup and
figure it
all
out.
that. Like, so me and Jeanette, we are like not like professional podcasters. Anything.
Not at all.
It's like what else do we need to order for like $5 from China?
You remember those things you could
You know
order
what?
like in bulk? Those like bulk like necklaces or like whatever that was?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's called like Wish.
What was it called? Like, yeah, they're not
I don't know.
Yes, you could order like a bunch of like beads and like all.
Fidget spinners.
There you go.
It was-
Fidget spinner.
when you say beads, I think about Mardi Gras. Like, yeah, you can get a lot of beads.
Oh my God, I know what
You know what's sad about this? The podcast here is we spend more money on the alcohol than we do everything else.
We've been trying.
Can we
we've
buy
been-
that in
really
bulk, sir?
do.
We've been trying to get
We
mics
really
and
freaking
headphones
do.
and all that, but every
Hey,
week we spend $100
you guys
on
got-
booze.
Yeah,
Alcohol.
we really freaking do.
That's the most important. Come on.
Well, okay, so
We really
just
do.
to clarify, maybe people didn't hear our first episode or something like this. So the theme of it is like friends having a drink, right?
Yes.
It's not about getting
Oh.
inebriated, but it's having that conversation over drinks, over current events, topics, or whatnot, and seeing where the conversation goes.
Things that inspire us, and you know what? There's a lot of
And
inspiration out there.
even we talk about leadership qualities too, because we're all in roles of leadership.
Yes,
Things
we're-
that have motivated us, things have been successful for us. We talk about like Jocko Willink. So we've kind of gone all over, and then it's funny how we tie a lot of it in together too.
Mm-hmm.
There's always these segues that are not intentional, but they really ties in together. Talking about famous people, famous explorers, and just like how certain qualities transcends certain like those characteristics transcends certain roles.
It's about the power of positivity.
The positivity,
In reality, it's like,
Shackleton.
Shackleton. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was thinking
Yes.
shackles, but
Well, no,
Shackles.
you think
Shackles.
about
Yes,
you
shackles.
think about like all those people in
Shackles as
life
well.
that were super successful that had a very like real basic childhood, very rudiment upbringing and whatnot. But yet they had these qualities, they had that charisma, they had that mindset, and no matter where they came from, they became icons, they became successful, and they don't let these things hold them back.
so they weren't defined by who they were, like where they were brought
They
up.
weren't defined like by
So they decided to. What do we say?
they like wrote their own script,
There you
their own
go.
story. They're the heroes
Yeah.
of their own story.
I love that. I've always loved that.
I do too. I used to have that written on my whiteboard. Remember that?
Yes.
What was it written? What was?
Transcendental.
What was it?
Transcendental leadership. I think the tequila's kicking in on my
I'm.
tongue.
I didn't hear that
Yes.
enunciation one more time.
Transcendental.
Transcendental.
Transcendental. No, correct us,
But
correct us, Fabio.
It's
Correct us,
true.
Fabio.
There are leadership qualities that, and here's the thing: you don't have to be the president. You don't have to be the CEO. You can be the leader in your community. You can be the leader at your job site. You can be the leader to your friends. You can have those qualities, and it doesn't matter what your title is. You can still be that person to those in your life,
Right.
and that's still the leadership qualities that will help you succeed. And one of the qualities of a good leader is not only do you succeed, but those around you succeed also.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Greenleaf's
Greenleafs.
servant leadership
Servant leadership
from Greenleaf.
from Greenleaf. Is that a book or what is that? Tell
It's
me
a
more.
book. It's a whole like 1 minute manager type of concept.
1 minute managers.
Like
Servant
small.
leadership from Green. See, where's my phone?
Write that down.
I need to text that to
Wait,
myself.
Can we write that?
Jeanette,
No.
can you text that to me?
Hold on.
Can you text that to me, Jeanette?
I'm gonna put that in my notes on
That's
the
like to be the next read. Servant leadership. It is a
Servant
Greenleaf.
leadership by Greenleaf.
Can you text that to me? I don't know what I did with my phone.
Okay.
Didn't you tell me to read a book about leadership? We read it and like, gosh, shock.
You know who
Just
gave
text it to our chat.
our chat.
Our chat.
See, this is why we need Fabio doing our fact checking.
I know, fact
and
checker.
interjecting. This is a pitch to Fabio to get him,
I know.
make him a permanent
we
member.
want him
him
to
to
do.
we want him to be a part of this like forever. Can we
Forever.
pay him in scotch and whiskey and bourbon or
And
whatever
easy-
vodka
we're gonna pay Fabio with alcohol and easy women
and easy?
It's easy women.
and easy women.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on. I retract that last phrase. No,
No,
you do
no,
it?
no, we don't. Easy women and strippers.
Been promising for a while.
Oh my goodness. But okay,
No, let's get
but
back
okay.
to what we
Hold
were
on.
talking about earlier,
Strippers.
though. Not strippers.
We're talking about
Hold
strippers.
on, hold on.
Were we?
If they're
Strippers.
male strippers, then I'm on.
Strippers.
This
It
is
still
kind of-
takes like a successful stripper in that profession. Hear me out.
I'm like, how do we say
Hear me out.
Okay, I don't
It
even know
it
how
still
this is.
I'm like,
takes-
how do we go there, Jeanette?
It
have
still
no
takes.
Tell me.
It still
No
takes.
idea, Deb. I
How do we go from
no
leadership
idea.
to strippers?
I'm-
Hey,
No, hear me out. It
You
still,
never know.
It
You never
still
know.
takes somebody successful to say, I know I can be good at what I'm doing. I have the confidence to do this, to go on stage,
True.
perform it in front
Very
of
true.
people.
yes.
Okay,
Because
so
I know
feel like
the
I'm
payoff
following
is
it.
going to be
I
big.
mean, jump
I
on
know
there.
the payoff is going to be
Jump on
big.
it.
Like a horse.
Right?
Just
Okay.
take it.
Oh,
Servant leadership.
take it like a woman. Okay, I take it.
All right, this-
I don't know what we're
this
doing,
is
but
the
I
next
like
book,
it.
servant leadership.
I'm totally taking it like a woman.
Take it like one.
Okay.
So again, you can take another
Strippers
industry.
and horses. I don't know.
Because how many times you make fun of your friends and you're like, oh, dude, you're a stripper. They're like, oh, I can never do it.
I don't have friends who are strippers right now.
I know that, but you think
So,
about it.
so I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna probably get a lot. But you know what? We talk about the time we're like strippers make more than nurses, but we don't take off our clothes. But everybody associates us with being dirty, like oh that sexy nurse, or you want to be my nurse, and we're like what? Like how do you associate with like taking care of and changing
First
your?
of all, like I know the medical community wears scrubs, But you get an attractive woman.
Hello?
You get an attractive woman in a pair of scrubs, and it's still
Oh Lord!
very
See,
attractive.
you see, they sexualize people in
But
scrubs.
it's human nature.
Is it human nature?
It is. Just like women look at us men, and they think, oh, he's a fox. Oh, wow.
What?
So strippers.
Wait a minute.
Doing what?
What?
though?
Wow. Okay,
Just
look at this.
doing what?
Look
Wait,
at-
wait, fact check it.
According to salary.com, strippers in Phoenix, Arizona make
Are you correcting me?
$35,000 to $76,000.
No, you did
According
not
to
do that.
ZipRecruiter, strippers in Peoria, Arizona make $20,000 to $94,000. Wow.
No, but is that including tips, sir?
Well, they have to. I mean,
Dollar,
well,
make it
I know, yeah. It is cash basis, so you really don't know.
You know what? What's paid under the table?
Right.
Not taxable income, sir.
I mean, and if it's Cash App or Zelle and all
Yeah,
that,
I mean, like,
and we were just talking about that,
cha-ching.
how strippers, how they use Cash App and all that. I've been told.
Oh, Venmo.
Allegedly, I've been told that strippers use
Our
Cash
freaking,
App
our
and
fact
Venmo.
checker.
our fact checker, Isabel.
Our
Here
fact
we go.
checker, Fabio, has
So,
been doing a great job
stripper-
here.
Comparably.com, stripper salaries. Salary ranges for strippers. The salary of strippers in the U.S. range from $10,000 to $141,000 with a
Okay.
median salary of $26,000.
Proof.
The
Make
middle-
more than
hold on,
nurses.
the middle
Oh my
57% of strippers between 26,000 and 64 with a top
Why is there not an
with the
education
top-
around this?
with the
about
top
stripping?
86% making
Who wrote this?
$141,000.
The stripper that was very, like, angst against...
Is there
Well-
like
But
an
again-
institute for this? Is this where we should be making our money?
You know what? My second job is now stripping. I don't want to be a pizza delivery girl.
But again, it
No more
takes,
pizza delivery girl. Never
It
again.
takes-
Never again.
it takes a certain person that's
But
confident enough
let's
it.
talk about it. There are appealing nature, so there has to be an actual body, a physique that you're going to
Okay,
go
right.
and because you're not going to go to that one stripper that just has that cellulite leg. Let's talk about it.
But
They
you
have
know
to,
what?
but they have to look a certain way for
I-
them to get an
You know,
actual.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Very true.
I've been told that some of the women I like wasn't attractive compared to other guys, and the other guys I know, I said like, why is that guy that's extremely handsome?
So we say
dating
there's a
this
type
girl?
for every man.
There's a type for every man, especially this day and age with modern media all over the world. I mean, have you?
There is he does have some truth in what you're saying because I have
Yeah.
there's been a look that I've been attracted to, and it's not.
Jeanette, tell us about this look that
I
you're
don't
attracted
even
know your
know.
look.
I feel like Saturday Night Live. Oh my Jeanette, what is
Please
this
tell me
attractive
what
look?
they look like.
I don't know until
Share
I
with me.
see
So,
it.
and just quickly,
Good
anybody
God.
that's
Like
listening,
he's with you.
God.
anything that's listening, please look up YouTube, SNL Pete Schwetty's balls.
Yeah,
Peace
peace, sweetie
balls.
balls.
Oh wow!
What?
So
Fact checker.
for the state of New Mexico, nursing assistant,
Oh, you did not.
28,000.
You did not. I am going to throw something at fact checker.
An LPN 48,000, RN
Fact
73,000,
checker.
a nurse practitioner 111,000, midwife nurse 98, nurse anesthetist anesthetist
It's-
162,000.
I'm sorry, I'm going to correct
See,
the tequila.
I'm sold.
I'm not
sold.
correcting.
Fabio-
I'm not correcting our host. I'm
I'm
correcting
sold.
tequila.
Fabio is this week. I'm getting Fabio a desk, a small desk with a mic and a computer.
Who said he needs a small desk?
And some liqueur.
Correct him. He doesn't need a small desk.
Look, he's got a box.
He's got a box.
He's got a box, friends. He's got a box.
Okay.
It's official.
So Jeanette, America wants to know what your type is.
Yes, I want to know.
I don't even know until I know.
Is he tall, dark, and handsome? Is he
You know
big-
what? I
is he
think
a
my
big
type
burly
has to be
caveman?
tall. You cannot be shorter than like boob level. That's
It is
just
not
period.
even a look for me. Ooh, it's not even a look for me.
It's personality. Don't
It
say
is-
personality, Jeanette.
No, it
Don't
really
go
is.
there.
It is.
No.
You know what? No, it really is because
Are you the
When
type
you
of
first
woman
look
that
at somebody, you go,
No.
Are you the
"Hey,
type
that's
of
a
woman that
sexy
says,
personality."
you
That
fall
is
in love
not
with-
true.
Do you say you fall in love with the brain
of the
first?
men I've ever dated in my life have ever looked the same, and there has been nothing in common about them whatsoever. But you know what's intriguing about a man?
So you're a
Their
renaissance
brain.
woman of dating.
Their brain.
You know what? I feel like if they're
You know
funny,
what?
if they're funny, you have to like, you
I
have to
agree.
be funny. You have to be funny.
agree.
If you get the
They're-
woman
if
to
they're-
laugh, yeah,
Yeah.
you know that. You know that.
Panty come off.
Intriguing.
Yep. I was gonna say
interesting,
panty
yes.
dropper.
Whoa.
Humor equals panty dropper.
Whoa.
Come on.
But none
So-
of the men I've ever dated
so
ever
when
in
you
life
go to
have ever looked the same.
So when you go
Never.
to
There's
when you go
not
to
a
a
certain
comedy
type for
show,
me at all.
when you go to a comedy
Totally.
show, it's on.
It's on.
You're just the first thing that comes off is this.
You're like,
drop your
yep,
drawers.
you're in. No.
You're right. What beer?
Whoop! No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
Again, men, you're hearing it.
oh, you're in first.
Hear
Humor
it first.
equals sex. No, just kidding. Yeah, no.
No.
You have
no,
to
no,
know.
No, there is,
You have to be
there
like-
has- there is something about it.
We're gonna
you
have
have
like
to be
a-
confident in who you are,
Yes.
and
So-
confidence carries so much.
Not
Okay.
like a nervous humor
No,
because you can't
no,
be
you
nervous
have
and
to
like
So
be
yes.
here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Here's the
Confidence
point.
is super.
Here's the
Confidence
point.
is sexy.
Here's
Yeah.
the point.
Confidence is sexy.
Here's
Confidence
the point
is sexy.
I make. Here's the point I make with women.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God.
Please.
So and it's
Advice
true.
by Mark.
It's true with men, but with women, right?
Number one tip by Mark.
There's always the attraction phase. Women are attracted to the confidence, to the humor, the man that men put when they put their good foot forward,
Oh.
right?
And then they don't.
But then
Then they drop the mask.
That's
But
usually
then-
disappointing.
right.
And then they drop the
they
mask
don't.
when we get them home.
Once real life starts,
Where's
and
this
you
going?
have to get to know that person, and you learn what that person's character, what their character is, what their downfalls are, and whatnot. And is that person somebody I can spend time with? And I think one thing that sets women and men apart is women will overlook a lot of men's flaws because women think they can change the man. He's like, oh, you know what? He's gonna get past
No.
this.
We did not.
No.
We did not.
No.
No.
Never change
No.
anybody.
I don't.
Correction.
Okay, so
Let's
here it is.
add.
Here it
I'm
is.
doing an addendum to that message.
Well, okay. And,
Can
okay.
we, can we
so
put
I
a
think,
pin in that
I
and
think
do
a
an
lot
addendum?
of men know how to do the confident and funny and very
Now I'm gonna
attractive.
take a drink real
but
quick
then,
because
but then a month
I'm
later,
gonna-
so okay,
we
yeah.
disagree. We take a drink.
So a month later, you've been dating this guy, great sex, you have a good time and all that, and you start talking with him and all that. Like, oh, you want to move in? Oh wait, what do you mean you don't have a job? You know what?
What do you mean?
What
you
about
don't
a job?
God, that's terrible.
No.
No.
Reality sets in.
No.
So once you realize he doesn't have a job, you're gonna be like, but you know what? He's gonna be with me. He wants to build. He wants to build something with me.
No.
No,
He'll want-
you
he'll-
are totally.
he'll want- no,
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Okay.
No.
Here are the
He's
seven-
like, what are we doing?
here are
Let's
the-
fact checker.
Here are the
What?
7 things that women find attractive.
Oh no!
And
I'm
love-
automatically
in no
like,
parti-
like
no
what?
particular order, and this is going from www.manintelligence.com.
Okay.
Number one is kindness and empathy.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
that. That's great.
Number
That's
2,
amazing.
good listening skills.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely
Number 3,
can listen.
confidence.
Yes.
Confidence, but
Number-
should be one number one.
Number 4, a sense of style.
Yeah, well, you
I
can't be
don't know,
wearing some
that's
saggy
not-
pants and like
I
a baggy
don't
shirt.
know.
I mean,
Number
okay,
5.
That's not sexy.
Don't go
Number
around
5,
naked.
passion and ambition.
Okay.
yes, you
Number
have to be
6,
passionate about
a
your
sense
drug
of
use.
humor.
Yes, that's great.
Okay, and number 7, I like this. Number
You
7, leadership and initiative.
Okay.
And this says, I have to click on it to read what it says. What does number 7 say? It was a little bit behind this whole leadership.
Complimentary and tells your women you're beautiful every day. It's like
Right?
brownie points. Brownie points.
I'm looking for number 7 where it talks about what.
See,
Very
we'll
interesting.
we'll add our own. So number
So-
7, what would you think it is, Jeanette? Number 7.
So
What would you say number 7?
No, hold on.
No, yeah, no,
Hold
you got
on.
to just get through one word.
But you have my thing is once you get past that whole falling in love phase, the hot passion and all that, and real life sets in. What keeps people together and what works?
Sex. Come on, because if you're not communicating, let's think about it. If you're not communicating, but however, at the end of the day, you're physically attracted to that person, and you can take off your clothes and still appreciate that person, and communicate in a different way.
So if a man didn't have a job and he stayed at home playing his
Oh,
PlayStation,
clearly it is sex. Clearly.
Come on.
You're telling me
would
this
that
scenario.
would that be
it is
enough?
absolutely
Would that be
sex.
enough
Yes,
for you?
because they're satisfying you and they're giving you
Listen,
orgasms. Come on.
3 years in, and you're paying all the bills, and you're wondering, hey, oh God, I don't have time to go to the grocery store. Can I count on him
It's
to do it?
still
But he
sex,
does
and
still sex.
I can be very
So-
vulgar
so-
and say a lot of other stuff.
Yes.
but it's still sex
So
because
sex-
why would
'Cause
any
Jeanette is a lady.
woman?
So
Why
sex-
would any woman want to stay with such a guy if it wasn't sex?
Yes.
Would you stay with a guy that if the sex was good, but he had no career ambition, he wasn't really working, maybe just off and on?
It's sex.
It's sex.
It's,
Would-
men,
would
and,
that-
men and women are not that different. It's still sex.
Would that?
Let's go to. Remember we talked
But
about
it's
very
sex.
primitive.
It's still sex.
But
sex.
again,
Sex.
Here to sex.
again,
It's sex. It's still
again,
sex.
the
It's still
argu-
sex.
the
It's
argument
still
I-
sex. It's still sex.
The
I'm
argument-
telling you.
the
Why?
argument-
Look, let's think about it. Why does that one lady? You sit there and you go like, why is that woman with that
Yeah,
guy?
it's
Dude,
sex.
What it has
Like,
to do? What is keeping that
If
woman?
that guy,
Yeah,
if that
it's
guy is
sex.
saying,
It's sex.
listen,
It's
Deb,
sex.
Why do you need another
If that
definition?
guy-
It is sex.
It is
hold on.
sex. I
If that
promise
guy,
you it's sex.
if that guy stays home all the time,
No, it's sex.
It's sex.
He hangs out with buddies.
We're telling
he
you.
Smokes weed.
We're
eats
telling
things,
you.
He
It's
doesn't
sex.
really work.
Why can't you accept it? It's sex.
No, if sex is all it takes,
Please
that's
dial
great.
in and everybody put
But-
1 for sex and 2 for.
Right.
Nobody's gonna say
It's
for
still
career
sex.
path.
It's still sex.
No one's gonna
I wonder-
observe the career
I
path. They're
wonder
gonna
at some
say sex.
point- I wonder at some point if the female in the relationship will say like, "What is this guy doing to
No,
improve
because
our
if you
future?"
roll over in bed and you go, "Ah, that was really great," you
so
brought.
when you're with a man, you don't think about the future.
When you're having sex, no.
And when you're thinking about
I'm just.
when you're thinking
We're in the moment.
when you're thinking about like, hey, next year I want to go to Hawaii, but
Yes.
I'm gonna have to
It's
pay.
still
Do you want me to-
sex.
do you want to do the
It's
other way?
still sex. It's
Say
still
it the
sex.
both.
It's still sex. I'm sorry. It's still
Fabio,
sex. Why would
Fabio is totally maybe off the
Why
track.
would any woman want to stay with a man if it wasn't about sex?
So are
Because
you?
I've always wondered this.
So-
I've
so-
always wondered this.
So I'm
The
saying though,
sex must be
if the sex is
amazing.
amazing, if the sex is amazing,
The
would
sex
you
must be
would you be
amazing.
willing?
That statement
would
had to
you-
come from. Think about it, Mark. Who made that statement? When somebody says, "Oh, the sex is amazing," they're not lying. If you look at the guy and you're like thinking, like, "What are you doing?"
What, is that
It has
is
to
the
be
sex
sex.
going to be enough for long term when you're
Clearly,
thinking about
it's-
buying a home,
it's
raising
clearly
children,
the
paying
sex
bills?
at the moment.
When if you're the one that's working and you're saying I want to take a vacation to Hawaii, and your boyfriend says, "Oh, I want to go to Hawaii," that sounds like a great idea, but you're the one that's going to have to pay all the bills. Is the sex going to be like, okay, sex is great, so I'll pay for the whole trip?
Yep,
Yep.
Okay,
it's the sex.
fair enough.
I'd be like, "Do you want the real answer, or do you want the answer that you're looking for?"
Men do the same thing.
We
Yeah,
do the same
no,
thing.
come on,
Yeah.
think about it.
I-
Think
I-
about
I-
it. If you look at the woman and you're like,
It's
you know what?
you
She's.
play it a little
I'm
bit.
gonna
still
say
the
it. I don't be
sex.
vulgar, but
It's
like,
still the sex.
yes.
It's
If you're
still
like, you're
the
like, this
sex.
woman is hot and she's
still
screwable.
the
I'm not gonna
sex.
say be vulgar, but like,
so do women think
come
the
on.
same way then?
yes. You guys think that we're like sitting here going, "Oh, I want love." No, I'm like, is the person you're laying next to gonna get you there? Yes. Come on,
And-
let's think about it.
So if you had a choice of two guys that could give you great sex,
Which one is
You have-
going to get me there?
so you have
She's
two
the one
guys.
who's
Hold
gonna
on,
get me
you
there.
have
Yes.
two guys that can give you great sex.
Okay.
One of them's gonna be at home chilling, smoking weed all day, but as soon as you get home, you're gonna get laid and you're gonna get yours. The other guy, he's got a great job. He's gonna get home a little bit later. You know,
Is he going to ignore me? Is
Yes.
He gonna not
Is he
touch
gonna be
me?
preoccupied
Is he
with
gonna be,
his
not getting me
work?
there? No, it's going to be the sex. It's going to be the
why?
attention. It's
Well,
gonna
that's
be
what I
sex.
say. Both guys
gonna
will
be
will
sex.
have the capability to give great sex.
But it's the guy that's
Okay, so
actually.
the guy. Okay, so both are obviously equal in sex.
One's them, yeah, equal in sex.
Okay, so then you're gonna level up and you're gonna go with the one who can also do extra stuff.
Okay. Boom. That's
But-
all I'm
but-
asking. That's all I'm asking.
That could be
That's
the
all I'm
but. There's
asking.
always a but in that.
But
About what?
that you equal the living, like you equal the playing field on that scenario.
Right.
But if one was like completely a loser, but had amazing sex with that guy,
Oh my
dude, we would have picked amazing sex.
Yes.
Honestly.
You know he's a loser, but you're like, dear God, I can't even. He takes me to church every day. Let's think about that.
Can't
You
think.
know.
Can't think without the amazing sex.
You're like, wipe it out, wipe it out.
No, I mean that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking anything more. I'm just saying.
I think your mind is blown, but let's think about it. Let's just think very
always the
raw.
sex.
It's always the sex. You got to think about if you can't communicate, but you have a very primal need.
Right.
There was
Right.
even a
It's always
movie
the
after
sex.
this.
Right.
It was very like,
What movie was it?
I think it was called Primal. But it was, I think, yeah, you're gonna meet your needs. Well, so when we think about the basic needs, so let's talk about nursing. We'll go back there. You meet
Primal
your basic.
instinct.
Yeah, there you go. Primal instinct. There we go. Thank you, fact checker. let me correct that. Primal instinct. But Fabio is so where you got to think about what you're meeting your needs. So if that is on the basic hierarchy, yes, you want food, shelter. But hey, if you're not meeting a physical need, then you're never gonna worry about the other things because you're always searching for that meeting your physical need.
Okay.
You know, that very primal instinct, that very, very basic need.
Okay.
And it actually comes down to basic needs. I love it.
Exactly.
It really does. And
So-
you cannot
So
tell
if you're
me-
sitting there in a
you cannot
house
tell me
empty-
any different.
Maslow wasn't thinking.
Well, Maslow wasn't thinking about that, but I'm going to
He
include
wasn't
him in
thinking about
that
that.
little circle.
But he wasn't thinking about that. His was a reward.
This is called the Debbie
I mean, his
edition.
was like a very reward basis, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, you got to have food, shelter, food. Yes, those are the important things. But if you provide that for, yes, but if you actually think about those things, if you can provide that for yourself, I mean, you're actually looking outside of that and seeing who's going to meet your needs.
Right.
You're not going to sit there and go, hey, you can also provide to my housing, to my you're going to look at who's actually making me.
At some point, does that play into the equation at all? Like
Long
can this-
term, maybe?
Can this
Long
guy
term?
contribute to?
Yeah, I mean, I would think long term, you
know,
want to sit there and have a future.
Children to school, go
you know.
to school, tuition, kids.
I think if you want to actually have a provider
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be on a level of playing field and have an actual purpose so that with a person that's going to be able to match you
Mm-hmm.
and be there with you, yes. But right there, when you're actually in the moment, you're not sitting there going, hey, is this guy making $300,000? I'm going to totally screw his brains out. And, I mean, no, you're just sitting there. You're not thinking about what they're doing. Think about it. I think guys can do it all the time, but women, we can't say it out loud. We can't say it out loud because we're not sitting there going, I'm going to screw this guy and I don't care what his income is like. You don't do that either. Men don't do that. Don't sit there and go, this woman is hot. Does she make $150,000 though? You're just thinking, she's hot and I have her ass in my hands. I mean, come on.
Right.
Let's be very, very real.
Right.
I'm going to be very real. And so we're talking about very basic needs.
Basic needs.
There
I
you
love
go.
it.
Interesting.
I love it. You know what, Deb? You gonna come back for our dating
yes.
episode?
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
please.
Hell
Episode
yes.
15. Woohoo.
Episode 15. Is
I want to see who's getting
Yes,
married
we do.
above you two. I want to see who's going to get
Oh
married.
yeah, right. Because you
Definitely not.
I
me.
put it out there. No, Jeanette, I
Valentine's
feel.
Valentine's
Is that on
Day.
Valentine's? That's
Episode
perfect.
15.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Yes, I love it.
I kind of like the pressure, but I like
Like
Love
the
Day.
pressure, but I love it.
I love the
Right.
love
So
day.
we have to look at the calendar and plan
we
out
have
the
to
heart
episodes.
day.
Yes.
And we'd have to stick to the schedule,
I
which is
agree.
something we have not been good at.
I
Please.
know we have not been very good.
Please,
at,
let's
but
adhere
yes,
to
Okay,
schedules.
so this
Right.
is the commitment that we have to make
We
right
have
now.
to.
We're
Today.
projecting it out
Are
there.
you gonna manifest it?
Yes, let's manifest this.
Manifest it for us.
I was gonna say okay,
Okay.
but we have to have Deb back. This is
Okay,
great.
Deb will
The
come
greatest-
back.
Episode 15.
Yes, episode 15.
Okay, I look forward to it. That's awesome.
Are we talking about love or loving?
Oh, it can be everything.
But I
Love,
think the
love it.
dating-
It's
I
everything.
think
It's
the
Are you
dating
guys
episode
bringing?
again.
Are you guys bringing in somebody that could potentially be? Invite each one of you.
Wow.
Invite potential love.
It's gonna get too complicated.
No, we just have
No.
to talk.
There is no potential love it right now for me.
You know, don't say that. Don't say that. Look what you just did. You just, she just.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Remember we
I
talked
know.
about magnets. What happens? Like let's just state it out there. You know what happens? Opposite and equal
Oh,
reaction.
Man,
The
I
opposite
just put
reaction.
it out there. Oh God.
So don't
Okay.
say it. You're gonna.
right.
It always happens when you say, I'm just giving up on dating, I'm giving up on love, and then tomorrow you meet somebody, it's like, oh shit, I'm in love.
Oh shit, I'm in.
No, but I think like it does. Yeah. But you can say put it out there. But you can also say I'm open to.
I
Right.
am open to love.
So you
I'm
just say it.
always
I'm open to love. I'm open to
always
finding
love.
someone.
And let me tell you, Jeanette has many scandalous stories.
No, I do not. Scandalous.
Jeanette lives in the heart.
I feel like no.
of
I think
college
she is
town.
open to love.
She lives in the heart where she's surrounded by thousands of young college men who are venturing in the world that
It's
want to be
Spartan.
made into a man.
And yes, they are all young
bum,
men
bum.
who may want to be made into real men,
Bum,
but
bum, bum.
I don't have the time to do this.
No, nobody's got time for.
But she always takes lunch every day. I gotta go home, guys.
Oh,
She's like,
she's feeding her cat. Stop it.
Oh yes, thank
Jeanette, you're
you.
feeding your
I
cat
am gonna
again?
go feed the pussy. No.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, I love Deb.
I
Coming
know.
back.
Okay.
I hope the FCC is
so-
not regulating this.
This is
kind of stuff, 'cause we're in
Deblicious
trouble.
now. This is
Deb
not
Licious.
Dad.
Oh, I love Deblicious. Hey,
Oh.
let's get Deb intoxicated every time.
Yes,
Oh,
Deblicious
God.
comes out and then Deb goes away.
Well,
But we need to do a follow
New
up on
alcohol,
this. And,
I agree. I like it. I love
all
it.
right.
Well, we're gonna work on our setup. We're gonna get.
Yes.
We're gonna make a spot for Fabio with a mic so he can interject. Like, you guys are idiot. Let me tell you what the survey says.
I love this.
Survey
I love it.
says.
Drum roll,
We're
please.
still working on our setup, but thank you guys for
Yeah,
being a part of
definitely. This is
this,
the first
for
time we
sure.
did
Thank you for
this.
having me. I really appreciate
Yeah,
the
no,
invite.
this is
love
very
it.
exciting.
And you're coming back for sure.
Yes,
better.
yes. I appreciate
It'd be
we
sad
talking
if you
about
don't.
important things and very
Important
sexual
things.
things,
These are
but
very important things.
important things, basic
Any-
needs.
Any parting words?
Please get vaccinated. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
It's a
actually,
person.
that's a really good
I
positive
message.
really want
I know.
people to
Great
make a
message.
choice, but just
COVID,
remember,
you
like,
know, COVID's
COVID's going to be here. It's not going away. That's what I'm going to say.
You know, it's not going away.
Let's
And
just
I
say
think-
that.
I
Let's
think
just
that
say that. Be
the
more,
Omicron
be smart.
mutation shows, you know, this is just like the flu. The flu mutates.
Yep.
The flu never goes away.
It's just like immunizations. It's
Right.
it's constantly changing, and we're trying the mutation, and we're trying to help prevent future outbreaks. So
And,
let's
you
just
know,
say
I
that.
know people have their issues with immunizations.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to stand on a milk box
No.
and say do it or not do it or whatnot. But however, I also like to point out, you know, in the course of human history, science, you know, smallpox ravaged civilizations,
The Spanish flu.
millions
Polio.
of lives.
Let's talk about
Polio.
Spanish flu. Let's talk about.
Well,
let's
Spanish
talk
flu
about.
was not vaccinated.
Yeah,
Spanish
no.
flu just ran its course.
I know, but it's run its course, but it's not
smallpox-
going away.
But smallpox and
And they're going
polio
in
are
time.
have just about been eradicated.
Measles, mumps,
measles,
rubella.
mumps, rubella. Measles, mumps, and rubella are not eradicated, but I think smallpox has been, right? Officially been eradicated. I mean, is it considered officially
I don't think
eradicated?
that there's a lot of news out there that people have been like. There's a small.
So,
pox
so I
outbreak
just
going
want
on.
people to educate themselves
You know,
and don't look at the
this-
So I had a really great government teacher,
Uh-huh.
and when we were in high school,
Sure.
and so he would always say,
I wonder if we had the
"Don't
same
take
government
it."
teacher.
Probably, but he
Probably.
would say, "Just don't take print out and believe everything. Research for
Sure.
yourself. Make sure you are aware of what's out there."
I think you hit on a very interesting topic there.
There's always two sides. Research for yourself.
However, you have to research appropriately.
Yes.
And if you're going to social media for research, that is not appropriate research.
No, find the source.
Okay.
Make sure that they're actually.
Here it is, smallpox. In 1980, the World Health Assembly declared smallpox eliminated, and no cases of naturally occurring smallpox has happened since.
1980?
Immunizations.
Yes.
That is a direct correlation. And you're talking, you know, the Aztec Empire, smallpox. The First Nations people of the America, smallpox. And it bothered me when people say, well, Europeans came and they waged biological warfare
No,
on
they-
on natives. No, they didn't. They didn't know what spread smallpox. They didn't know anything about viruses and bacteria. They didn't.
They didn't. They didn't come down
However,
and say, "Hey."
they did come and they were in contact to the natives, and they called them the first Americans, right? First Americans, and it was passed on. They didn't know how it was passed on, but it was passed on, and the First Nations people were wiped out. The Aztecs. I mean, how does couple hundred Spaniards conquered millions of people? Smallpox eradicated the Aztecs.
Syphilis.
Syphilis.
Oh,
Syphilis.
let's go there. Talk about
Oh,
love.
wow.
Let's
And-
talk about syphilis.
What caused the second great rise of syphilis in our time? Do you know what caused the second great return
Please
of
share with
syphilis?
us, Mark. Please.
You want to take a guess?
Globalization.
No, not
globalization.
globalization. Anybody want to take a guess what it is? And I'll give you a color, blue.
Louis the 14th.
No, not Louis. Not Louis the 14th. Viagra.
Oh!
With Viagra,
Little blue
you see-
pill.
Suddenly, more of the population became sexually active. The older population became sexually active, and suddenly
much.
you've seen people coming down with syphilis again like never before.
Yep.
You know, there's no immunization.
So we always have this saying like educate and
Deborah,
then
what's-
vaccinate,
What's
but
your saying, Deborah?
just saying,
Educate and vaccinate.
preventative
Wrap it up.
measures.
Wrap it up, G.
Put on the love glove. No. They ain't no love and they ain't no glove. No.
Oh my God!
But no, I really want to say, and the last thing I'll say to you is please just remember when you hug your loved ones, and when you're out there, just please remember that you don't know when your last time is. And I'm not talking
Certainly.
about just the COVID, but I'm talking about every day. Appreciate who you're with, the others around you, because we never know.
You're right, and I think
And it's not even about just disease. It's just
No, love
about
is a
love in
message.
general.
I think all of us have experienced in our careers, that our professions that we
Yes.
do. We see people, heart attack, heart disease, cancer,
Yes.
car accidents.
Yes.
Appreciate
You know,
your loved ones.
Appreciate your loved ones. Take away
Every
from
single
that.
day.
Appreciate
COVID,
every day.
COVID just is another one of the things that adds to the mix that
Yep.
that can could be your number now.
Yes.
But yeah, what we were saying about research appropriately.
Research it perfectly.
And
Figure out who.
Don't research by memes. Don't research by
No.
people reposting things on Facebook, on Instagram.
Right. Exactly.
You have, and people might be
Validate the source.
validate the source.
Yes.
And people might be sketchy about the CDC. Oh, it's government.
Oh, it's
But,
controlled. It's conspiracy. But you know what? Just research for yourself.
Research for
Educate
yourself.
yourself, and then be that person that advocates for others.
Oh,
Around
absolutely.
your own community, around your own close circle. Because we always tell you, the people closest to you are always going to follow suit.
Right.
So that's why we tell you, be the leader, and in whatever you do with your family.
Be the
So
leader.
be educated.
Absolutely.
I love
Make
this.
good decisions.
This is really good.
Correlation is not causation.
Correlation
It's
is
not
not causation.
causation.
That is a fantastic saying.
And
Correlation-
don't settle with a sample size of n of 1.
Don't settle with a sample size of n of 1. And if that n of 1 is your best friend, your neighbor, that is not a big enough sample size. You're absolutely right.
No, that's right.
You know one thing I always tell people, if everybody in our immediate circle, 20, 30, 40 of us, we all buy brand new cars, one person's going to get a lemon. Brand new vehicle, one person's going to get a lemon. You know what I mean? Same thing. So you hear horror stories about COVID. Well, this person got vaccinated. You know what? There's always that chance that that there's going to be a variation. Something
Yeah.
Outlier.
The outlier. That somebody's going to the immunization's going to react differently with that one person. We're all different. Our bodies are all different. Genetics are all different. It could happen. We could all get that one lemon. We could all be that one lemon in a sense.
Yep.
It's such a funny topic right now with
It
COVID.
is, and there's a lot of fear. And so what happens
Right.
with fear? We have assumptions, and so we take away with fear, and so we don't, make sure that we communicate. And that's the biggest thing in anything you do. So in your profession, in your family, in, even in here, what are we doing? We're communicating. So
Well,
what's the most
I like-
important thing
I
is
like
how
what you were touching on earlier when we were off mic. You're talking about, staying healthy.
Yeah.
Exercising.
Yes.
And finding that person that's going to motivate you and that wants to be healthy too. Because it doesn't matter if it's COVID, the flu, because people die from the flu still.
Yep, they are. There's more people
Yeah.
People
die
die,
from the flu.
people die from these things. But the best defense against any of it, stay healthy. Take
Yes.
your vitamins.
Do
eat
preventative
healthy.
measures. Don't
And
wait
hey,
till it actually happens.
I'm not telling you to give up your vices. Lord knows, here we are having a drink amongst
Drink with
friends.
friends. Drink with
Right?
friends, I know.
We're drinking responsibly. We're only having one or two. Nobody's drunk here.
Sound effect.
Cheers, cheers. No,
Cheers,
but
Bobby.
you can be responsible, but know that you're doing preventative measures. People always think, okay, I have this, now I'm going to do something. Don't
And
wait.
You know what bothers me? When people say, well, at work I walk a lot. That doesn't count.
That doesn't matter.
It
yeah.
doesn't matter. You have to take the next step. Spend that time. Going to the gym might not be for everybody. Some people like to bike ride. Some like to run. There's always something you can do.
Yep.
And then eat healthy.
Yep.
you know?
Even one little change, I tell people, it doesn't necessarily have to be like salads. You don't have to, but even having an increasing water, even drinking a little bit more water that day, saying, you know what, I'm going to have an extra cup of water. Or I'm going to actually, like you said, take your multivitamin.
It's
Even
all about
be a
baby
conscious decision
Remember
of change.
I don't know if you exercise with me long enough, but I remember talking to you when I tell people that I exercise. I'm a CrossFitter. I like CrossFit, and when people start, it's very difficult, and we have to do like say wall balls. Oh, people hate wall balls, and what that is you throw the medicine ball, and you have
Hate
if you're a female.
wall balls.
Wall balls.
It's the target for a female is 6 feet
Balls,
high.
here we go.
For
The
men
balls
it's 8.
are-
I know the balls.
Back to balls.
For men it's 8 feet high, and you have to do like 10, 20, 30, 40 of them. And you see the newbie trying to do it, and they're dying. It's like, don't try to go for all 10, 20, 30, 40 of them at a time. Go for the attainable goal. Do 5. You can do 5, can't you? Like, yeah, I think so. It's all about having that attainable goal. And people that don't exercise at all, I always tell them, go for a 20-minute walk after work. Get that stress out of you.
It's only and
Something.
and I never believed it, and and you know I'm going to sound cliche, but people would always say, you know, train the mind and the body will follow, and I'm like, sure, but you know what? It truly is
It
so.
kind
If
of
you
is
limit
true.
yourself, and you say you
Yeah.
can't do it, then your body will believe what you're saying. But like when you go in there, you actually believe, okay, today I'm going to just do what I can, and your body's like, okay, let's do it. But it's the same way with anything, with any approach. If you say, I'm going to
absolutely.
go in there, I'm going to nail this, it's going to happen because you
going to
believe,
happen.
you set that mindset. So I actually believe that in everything, in every approach. You know, we don't sit there and we don't say, okay, today is going to be just a fucked up day. Excuse
Right.
my language, but
Oh.
you actually approach it that way. You actually approach it, and it
say
will.
That again so I can beep you out. Beep,
Bleep.
beep.
No, it's going to be a
Crickets,
very
crickets.
difficult day. But you know, you set your mindset when you get up and you
But you
start that
say,
day.
I can do this.
I can do this
I
today.
can do this.
I'm going to approach this day, and it's going to be success. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Somebody's always watching you.
Yep.
A loved one, a kid. And when they see you take that step, they start thinking, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that step. You never know who you're going to impact. Isn't that the funny part of it? Have you ever had that?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Fabio has
Fact
something for
checkers
you.
coming.
Oh.
Fact checkers coming.
Coming in
Just
strong.
Henry
This
Ford.
just in.
Coming in
Henry
strong. Coming in strong.
Whether you think you can or you think you can't,
I heard that.
you're right.
You are right.
You're absolutely right.
But I like the do or do
Do
not.
or do not.
There is
There's
no,
no
try. Come on, that's the best.
Yoda.
Yes.
Yoda.
Quote.
Yoda. So the key point is do what you can to stay healthy. You don't have to run a marathon. Just do what you can because you know what? COVID's not the last thing
No,
that's
it's
gonna
not,
happen.
and it's not going to go away right
And
now.
do you remember?
but
Do you remember when the flu mutated like a couple, like 5-10 years ago? The flu mutated.
You're talking about like the
Fabio, do you remember that when the
Fabio.
when the
Fabio.
when the,
and one
the Asian flu?
oh Asian.
SARS.
And
Oh,
no, it wasn't SARS.
No,
it was
the
and the Tamiflu wasn't working. They had to like redo the flu shot and all that because there was a new flu variant that was. I mean, it's the flu, but it mutated and people were getting it and dying.
But the flu is not going away.
Like
people
COVID's
are-
not going to go away.
It's not going to. I
And
mean,
what's-
that's what I'm thinking. It's not going to
And-
go away.
and
We're
the
going to have to
reality
live
is-
with this for the
the
rest of our
reality
lives.
is-
the thing is that
the-
once we have acceptance,
Right.
and once the community understands that we're going to have to vaccinate, we're going to have to, you know, the change is
And-
happening. It's going to be.
And think it. Let's put it this way: COVID might be the lesser of all evils. We have to get immunized. You stay healthy. You might have to quarantine for 5 days. You have to do all this because look at the whole Ebola scare.
Well,
Once you got Ebola, like within a week, you were dead. I mean,
But no. Even that though, I don't think we've ever really seen anything like this in our generation. Yes, flu has always been there, but COVID has changed the way that
It's
we are
changed the
living.
world.
It's changed our lives. It's
right.
changed the
It's
way we've been
changed-
doing
it's
things.
changed
Our
things
culture.
because our culture now. Because you look at the flu. The flu had a massive impact, bigger than COVID.
No,
The
but
Spanish
it's
flu.
never really
The Spanish
okay.
flu
Spanish flu.
had
we
a
weren't
bigger
there.
impact on culture back then, but the culture then is different than now. Now we have 24 hours news cycle. Now we have flights, people traveling worldwide. You know, you could be in Paris in like 10 hours. Like back then, you had to take a ship across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Took weeks.
So it
I mean,
didn't really
so-
I understand. This
people-
is really
hold on.
this
People
is
People
really
didn't have automobiles
just
back
in.
then.
Just
the Spanish
in.
flu. Oh, the
Correction.
number of deaths to Spanish flu. Anybody want to take a gander?
I would say it's over 1 billion.
So-
I say one over 1 billion.
800,000
No, 1 billion.
Okay, is it 800,000?
I shot for the sky
in
and
the
fell.
US.
So in U.S., over almost 2 years later, roughly.
Yes,
roughly.
I would say 20.
If you round up,
Are we talking about COVID or are we
Yeah.
talking about
No,
Spanish
COVID.
flu?
So COVID, if you round up 2 years, we're at 800,000.
Okay.
So Spanish flu over the course of 3 years or something like that, or less.
Global deaths.
Global deaths. What do you think the global death of the Spanish
Is it
flu
equal?
was?
Would you say it'd be equal?
What do
No,
you think?
less.
Right now, right
More?
now, the United States at
Holy crap.
800,000. Global deaths for the Spanish flu, 50 million.
I
Holy
said billion, but that was.
Million. I mean, the COVID hasn't even gotten close to 50 million.
But again, we don't want to start seeing those numbers.
We don't.
We
want
don't
to see
want.
those numbers.
We. I mean, when people are actually taking and we got to give credit to the community. So let's backtrack a little bit. So we got to give because people have to be conscious of actually doing certain things, preventative measures like hand hygiene, we were joking about social distancing, but people have actually, you'll see people physically take a step back and
People are,
consciously
like,
trying.
It's like that South Park where Cartman's holding a 6 foot stick.
Yes.
He's like,
But
he's like
people,
social
it's changing-
distance.
It
Social
is
distance.
changing our culture though, because
Yes.
like,
I
I
mean,
mean, people. I mean, I
Kids-
see it every day.
Kids
Go
were
to the
going to
grocery
school.
store.
They were going to school in on computers. People were no longer going to work. They're working out of home.
Yes.
It's
You know, people aren't going grocery shopping. They're ordering online and there's
Yeah.
delivering
So we're
and
not.
people
we're-
are more
yeah.
people are respecting personal space.
Yes.
in a big way now.
Yes.
Yeah, which wasn't happening many years or a couple
Right.
of years ago.
So
Not
we're,
many
we
years
are
ago,
we
a couple
are
of years
taking,
ago.
but I think we need to do baby steps, but we need to do leaps and bounds now that because it's coming back, and people are like, oh,
It's the mutation.
it's actually
Omicron.
we're seeing more cases, but it's not as severe.
And you know what? Omicron, the mutations here, Delta hasn't gone away.
No.
Okay? And Delta is more severe than the Omicron was. But what's going to be next? What's going to mutate next year that we don't know about, right?
Yeah.
We don't know, but we know that COVID's here to stay. Doesn't matter that the Chinese made it; it's here.
Right. We could point fingers, or we could do prevention.
We can do prevention, and it's up to us.
Yep.
You know what? And like I say,
I know it's lame, but it starts with you, and it's
Don't-
really
Yeah, it
true.
really does.
It does start with you.
Don't get your news. Don't get your research off Facebook. Do some deep.
Darn it.
Do some deep
I
diving.
thought Instagram was better.
And like you say, I know, right?
TikTok.
TikTok,
Think
Can we
about
not
your
get
loved
from
ones.
TikTok?
please.
Think about your community. Think about the people around you, and what does it mean to protect those around you, right?
If you love your loved ones, what would you do? Like if you had your child standing in front of you, what would you do to protect them? Ask yourself that question. If you had a loved one in front of you, what would you do? What extent would you
Right.
do to protect that person because you did not want to watch them die?
And if getting a vaccination gave you like a 5% more chance of maybe not getting it, gave you a 5% chance of having less severe symptoms that you
Exactly.
might not.
I'm talking.
like,
That's what I'm.
So if it's worth that much little to you just to give you that little bit of an edge, maybe it's worth getting vaccinated over, right? Like I say, it's not my job to tell people to get vaccinated.
No, it's
No.
definitely it's always everybody's choice to do
Right.
it. But I think we have enough information here, and I know you've seen a lot in your profession, and I know that you're a big advocate for it, and honestly, I'm a big advocate for it too. But at the same time, I want to express personal freedom.
Yes.
Right.
So people are going to do what they need to do, and I
Jeanette.
get it.
I know every
Religious
Saturday
freedom.
night you express your personal freedom.
Yes, we do.
Why does it keep coming down to that?
Freedom. No, but it is a choice, and at the end of the day, that's what defines who we are. Is your choices
Right.
you make in life. So
Be that leader.
Yes.
Oh.
Be that leader.
Rise, and be the one person in your family that makes a difference.
Right.
You know.
Make the difference. Be the leader.
I love it.
Be the hero of your story.
Yes.
Be the hero
Yeah,
of your story.
That's what we're
Be
gonna
the
walk away.
hero.
Hero of your story.
Hero of your story.
I like
I
it.
love
Hashtag
it.
hero of your story. Hashtag what do we say? Aussie the Aussie
Aussie
theory.
theory.
Yeah.
Hashtag
I
Aussie
know.
theory.
I know you all came up with the Aussie theory.
Oh, no one knows
Aussie-
about
No.
the Aussie theory.
Where you guys are quoting that hashtag Aussie theory.
Hashtag Aussie theory.
And we
I know you
all-
believe Aussie bit the bat and
He
spread.
bit the bat and
I
spread
still,
the.
I still believe it was the Chinese.
I
don't
think
know.
it was Aussie.
I
I
think
still
Aussie
believe it
did
was the
it.
Chinese.
I believe Aussie.
Not the Chinese people, but the Chinese government.
It's covered.
Aussie.
I-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
terrible.
Well,
all right.
that's a good
All right,
place.
let's go.
That's a
We're
good
gonna
place.
we're gonna
Good place.
Good place.
It was a good.
All right,
It was
love
a
it.
good time. Thanks for
Good
being
times,
on. It
good
was
times.
fun. We'll
Thanks.
definitely do it again.
Yes.
We're looking forward to episode 15.
Episode
Oh,
15.
Yes, episode 15 is going to be awesome.
Man, I don't even know
Love
what to
or
say.
lovin'? That's what should be your title.
Do your research and then come with
Yes.
topics and pull your friends. We pulled our friends on Jeanette's theory of a beautiful dick pic.
I did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did. We did.
Did we
a
just
survey.
say that?
Yeah, we did.
You guys
we
said
did.
dick
Jeanette,
pics?
Jeanette,
Shush,
Jeanette,
shush,
Jeanette
shush,
thinks-
shush.
Jeanette
I want
thinks-
today someday. Come on,
Yes.
give me a
Jeanette
break.
thinks, Jeanette thinks
Oh,
that-
no.
Jeanette thinks it's possible for the beautiful dick pic to exist.
I do, actually.
You
I
do?
I don't feel ashamed.
I feel like it's
I
like
really
it's just
don't.
like filters.
I'm not ashamed.
You're saying so filter. There's a filter.
They put a filter
there's like
shiny-
there's like a
shiny star with a large-
and a large
That
Would
thing.
you
That
like to
would
grow
explain-
5 inches? Hit
that
yes.
CGI.
That would explain
Yeah.
why all of the
stars were just shining around it.
There's like a CGR starry, non-herpy enlarging filter.
There you go. It's pretty in pink.
Wow. Oh.
All right, we need to cut
With
this one.
that, we're done.
We're done.
Yay!
Yay!
It's done now.
That's
Good
it.
night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Mom, thank you. Everybody, good night.
Good night.